Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Women's Basketball is on the air. Presented by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, delivering the funds the university needs to drive academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Visit uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Alliant Energy. See how Alliant Energy is building a strong, resilient energy future today and for generations to come. Learn more at alliantenergy.com/powering beyond. Explore Minnesota. Discover the star of the North. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. This is the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative pregame show, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Here's Rob Brooks and former Hawkeye Catherine Reynolds.
In for Rob Brooks tonight, John Swisher with you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the most magical place on earth here at Walt Disney in Kissimmee, Florida. ESPN Wide World of Sports. It's time for Hawkeye women's basketball at the WBCA Showcase. Second year of this tournament. The Hawks getting ready to play tonight as they will take on the Baylor Bears. Number 7 Baylor, number 19 Iowa, as we take a look at this contest, the first game in the books of this tournament, as Miami took down Davidson 66-58. Miami, the team that the Hawkeyes will play on Saturday night. Tonight's game with the Hawkeyes and Baylor, the second of 6 games here this weekend in the WBCA Showcase. A high of 82, abundant sunshine today in Orlando, where we stay just 5 miles down the road, Catherine. And here we are getting ready for a top 20 matchup tonight as the Hawkeyes trying to make a statement despite the rankings, a team that is favored here tonight over Baylor.
Yeah, I think the Hawkeyes are excited to get going. And obviously they've played some good in-state competition, but to have number 7 as your opponent definitely catches your eye. And you could sort of feel it around shoot-around today, John, just being around the team, their energy, their level of focus, and certainly not to discount how they were in the game so far in this young season, but you can feel it when your opponent's in the top 10, what that feels like. And for Iowa to be an underdog, so to speak, tonight, I think is a challenge that they're excited about.
And talk about your assessment after 4 games under their belt here with a lot of new players, 5 new players for Coach Jensen and company, and that mixture of 9 freshmen, sophomore, the most they've had in this program since the 12-13 campaign.
I think what jumps out at you is the depth. You look at their lineup and you kind of wonder, is it going to continue to be this 8, 9, sometimes 10 person rotation? But that's a good problem to have. Any coach would be happy with that issue. And so I think, top line headlines are Chit Chat Wright, transfer point guard from Georgia Tech, and what she's brought to the table. Had an outstanding performance at Northern Iowa last weekend, sort of a coming out party, I think, for her a little bit in an Iowa uniform, although she did some really good things last year at Georgia Tech, showing it now in the black and gold. And then, Ava Hayden, Layla Hayes, I think those 1-2 punch at the center position has been really exciting. And certainly Ava has earned her stripes here in the season.
Hawks coming off of that 74-41 win, their closest game in the first 4 games. The first road test as they took down UNI last Sunday afternoon. Chit Chat, as we talked about, with new career high 19 points, 7 of 8 from the field. Layla Hayes with 14 points, 7 boards. Chit Chat also had 2 assists, 2 boards, and 1 steal. So a good effort. A little slow start against UNI, but on the road for their first time, maybe expected. Now this is a true road test here tonight out of state. A great environment, but kind of feels like a miniature home game with all the black and gold crowd support on the far side.
Doesn't matter where you go, black and gold will show out, and that's such an exciting thing as an Iowa player. They walked out and got immediate cheers from the crowd. And, although this is a road test, it's a neutral court, and that's what you're pretty fortunate, and that's why there's so much value in these. I know Thanksgiving's next week, but sort of these Thanksgiving week, feast week, maybe call it, tournaments is that you can face some really good competition on a neutral court and kind of get this litmus test of where your team is here early in the season. And as like you said, they've faced these in-state schools, a unique thing in the state of Iowa to have such talent across the state. But for Iowa now to come out and lace them up against this Baylor team, where, alternatively, they've already been to Paris to play Duke. They've been to Vegas to play UNLV.
Yes.
So, this is kind of old hat for them already to be on the road in a neutral site.
That experience factor could be on their side for a little bit till the Hawks settle in. Perhaps they've got 6 new players, 3 new coaches in the Baylor program, as that's the world of college basketball these days, huh?
Apparently the transfer portal is open for coaches too. It is certainly the new era, and Coach Johnny Harris, tons of experience. Now an assistant coach on Nikki Collins' Baylor staff, and she was the head coach at Auburn, brought a couple of friends along with her.
We'll talk much more of this one and dissect it even more here tonight. Number 19, Iowa. Number 7, Baylor, as we'll get to Catherine up next. She'll get more an inside look of the Baylor Bears with the radio play-by-play man, Derek Smith. That's around the corner here on the pregame show. You're listening to Hawkeye Women's Basketball.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hi, Hawk fans. Coach Kirk Ferentz here. For 40 years, our players have proudly worn the ANF logo to honor the hardworking farmers who keep this country growing. With fewer farmers working the land, their challenges are bigger, but their commitment never wavers. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa Farm Bureau are proud to stand with these dedicated families who feed and fuel our nation. Thanks for celebrating 40 years of America Needs Farmers. Let's keep standing strong for the people who keep us going strong. To learn more, visit americaneedsfarmers.org.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Back inside the State Farm Fieldhouse here in Kissimmee, Florida. John Swisher, Catherine Reynolds along with you as we continue to get ready for this contest. Number 7, Baylor, the opponent tonight for the 19th ranked Hawkeyes here in the WBCA Showcase, as the Bears, under the direction of Nikki Collin, her 5th season. As we learn more about them, Catherine Reynolds sat down earlier in the pregame tonight with Baylor radio play-by-play man Derek Smith.
Derek, you and the Bears have been jet setting so far. You've been to Vegas, been to Paris and back to play Duke. So just walk us through your young season so far and what you've seen out of this squad.
Yeah, it has been it's been a pretty crazy travel schedule. I think it's tested the team really well. Certainly the travel, but also the quality of the teams we've played. You look, facing Iowa tonight, you all have a great ball club, and I feel like playing Duke, obviously that kind of was a game to help prepare Baylor for a game like this. And then, UNLV is a team that's underrated, but they're really good. Lindenwood as well. So I think it's been a good non-conference testing for this team, and that's been good because we're a good mix of, I think, some veteran players and newcomers. You look, we've got 4 players in their 4th year with the program. Not many schools can say that in this day and age. That's Dariana Littlepage Buggs, Bella Fauntleroy, Jana Van Guyton, Kyla Abraham, but then also some really big newcomers, most notably Talia Scott, who's averaging almost 25 points a game.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk a little bit about that. I know some new faces came in the transfer portal, both as coaches and as players, and some big names at that, Talia Scott. So just talk how they're gelling so far and a little bit more detail about your personnel.
Yeah, you look, you mentioned the coaches, Johnny Harris, who is the former head coach at Auburn. She's been a longtime head coach at Texas A&M, Texas, Mississippi State. She brings a championship pedigree to this staff that's been good, and she coached at Auburn 2 of the players we brought in here, in Talia Scott and Yuting Dong. I mean, Talia Scott's been tremendous. I think even better than advertised. She's the kind of, I think, just dominant scorer that we haven't had. And I think she's even changed the way things look on offense at times, because we've been a very balanced team in the last few years by design. And I think you'll continue to see that at times, but she's got that ability to take over a game.
Yeah. So when you look at your Bears, what's the style of play? What do people expect to see out of your team?
Yeah, I think on offense, you see a team that does like to push the pace, wants to get the ball in the paint. Those paint touches open things up for everyone else. That's for Coach Nikki, that's a big key, like a lot of coaches, is touch make sure you get the ball through the paint there. And then on the defensive side, a lot of ball pressure. And I think one strength that stood out this year has been our post defense. And I know Iowa has 2 really good post players in Hayden and Hayes. And I think that'll be a key matchup tonight. How can, Kirsten Johnson, the transfer from Oklahoma, and Kyla Abraham, can they continue to play really good post defense?
Well, thanks for your time, Derek. Appreciate the insights.
Great to visit. Thank you.
Catherine Reynolds with Derek Smith, the play-by-play man for Baylor at number 7 in the country. The Bears, the opponent for the Hawkeyes tonight. We'll be back with more. Coach Jan Jensen joins us in the shoot-around next here on the pregame show from Hawkeye Women's Basketball.
Life's busy. Quick Start makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Start today.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis. Hey Hawkeye fans, there's a new MVP at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Carol's Corn, Iowa's favorite gourmet popcorn, is now popping fresh for every men's and women's basketball game. From our delicious triple mix to golden caramel and bold cheese. Every bite is handcrafted right here in the Midwest. Popped fresh, local, and made with you in mind. So grab your bag, cheer loud, and taste the flavor of Hawkeye pride. Carol's Corn. Grab yours and enjoy the game inside Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Carol's Corn. We pop every kernel with you in mind.
It's time for our shoot-around with Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen, presented by Oak Knoll. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City, a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Here's Rob Brooks and Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen.
First, Coach, we take a look back at the UNI contest, the first road win of the season on Sunday, able to take care of the Panthers by 33 points. Chit Chat and Layla led the way in that contest. Talk about once you went back and saw it on film, what you thought of the contest.
I thought they were two of our brightest spots. It was just nice to see Chit Chat. I think it really registered with her. Everybody else just had a little tougher night. And so she said, okay, I can take this shot. I can do this. I can do that. I thought she did a good job of being more vocal. And it was just fun to see her, I think, take another step towards that leadership. And then Layla, she's such just a tremendous freshman, but sometimes those freshmen, they can let that doubt creep in. It was really fun to see no doubt in that UNI game. So I thought they did a nice job. But when I saw the film, we just, we weren't quite as sharp on some of our offensive movements. Certainly our defense carried the day, but they did a good job. They were really trying to slow us down by virtue of they were kind of dribbling around 20 seconds of the 30-second shot clock, and then they tried to do some actions that last 10 seconds. And it just kind of took us a little bit out of our rhythm. It takes a little longer, and then they really tried to deny our break. So what was good about that is now we've seen that a little bit. We've kind of tweaked some things if anybody tries to do that again. But the film was about what I expected. I didn't see any surprises.
And you got your first road trip out of the way. Now a longer road trip with this group here and getting ready for a bigger and more physical challenge with these two games starting with Baylor tonight.
Yeah, and I think the interesting challenge tonight is that it's a 9 o'clock game, which is 8 o'clock Central. But just for the fact you're really trying to navigate a really long day. If you have a day this long at home, you can study, you do the normal things, you are going to maybe get a coffee at your normal joint. You're going to the library. But here you're in a resort, right? And you're looking at a pool. And I always let them sit outside for an hour or so. And they're really good about it. But it just isn't the normal confines. So you got to hope that they're doing a really good job of, not oversleeping, meaning like sleeping too long. They need to be active and engage their minds. But I loved our shoot around. We just got back, and I thought their focus was excellent. So hopefully we'll show a lot of that same intensity tonight.
Indeed. And talk about this matchup with Baylor, a top 10 team, and how will this group react the first kind of a matchup like this?
I think it's going to be really fun. I talked about shoot around. These are the premier matchups that you shoot for all year long. Playing in the conference of the Big Ten, as prestigious as it is and as good as it is, you do have the opportunity to have matchups like this, relatively often. But in the preseason, it's just fun because you're part of this hype, and it'll give us, a good opportunity to hopefully showcase, what we've been working on and, come out on top. But I told the players that these are the moments that you live for, right? You get to have a premier game on big time TV, and it's just time to have a blast and show out.
And I loved your comments in the circle after the shoot around. Believe in yourselves. This stage is for you. No matter what the rankings say, you're the favorite team here.
Yeah.
I loved your comment.
Yeah. I think sometimes, our women, we have, 9 freshmen and sophomores. We're the youngest we've been. There's a lot of people playing different roles that sometimes they don't have the belief in themselves that they should. Everybody else is looking in, and I believe in them so much. But man, if they get a quick foul, or maybe they get a shot blocked, or they make a bad decision, we can let that, I think, sometimes affect us a little bit too much. So that's why I told them tonight is like, hey, let's just welcome this opportunity, and let's make sure that the people who believe in you the most is the person inside your head. And I really think if this team can click over, if this team can really start to do that and pour into each other when maybe they're frustrated that they had a bad play, I think this team can have a lot of fun this year and starting tonight.
And for the Bears, it starts with those main 3, but what else concerns you? What else has been the focus?
Yeah. I think, the main 3 for them is, they're really good. Number 0, Scott, number 22, Fauntleroy, and number 5, Little Paige Suggs. And they, they're just pretty dynamic at their positions. So you definitely we have to do a pretty good job of limiting the favorite things they want to do. So we've worked on that. I also think that we just have to make sure that their pace and their style doesn't totally throw us out of what we want to do. So I've really worked with our staff. Like, I really want to try to go out there and set a tone. I'd rather, them have to be the reactors than we're trying to react to what they're doing. I think we've had a good, 3 or 4 days of prep. And now, all that's left is to go out there and do it.
That's right. The game time will be here shortly. Talk about this travel for this group and this tournament here in the place of magic that everybody comes for, and the fans and family support that you've seen here.
Yeah, I ran into a few Hawk fans just in the lobby, ones I don't know that haven't been associated with our players or their families. But, it's fun, this type of trip. Our team doc and our strength coach, it's nice for them to bring. They both have young babies and their families. So it's certainly anytime you go to a tropical place or a resort, it's fun for them to kind of combine the work with their family life. And I always like that. I like that when I was a younger coach and when my kids were younger. But everybody does a really good job of keeping the main thing. And I think our players really have to this point. I just really hope for them and their growth that we have a heck of a outing because I think they can be quite good. It's just the fact, though, we've got a lot of moving parts. We got a lot of different pieces that we can play at different times. And, I just really feel like if they just are willing, I keep talking about a baton, just pass the baton. Sometimes it's your turn. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes your role isn't as large in the public mind, but it's really huge on the bench or in practice every day. And I think if we all let this team develop into that, I think it could be really exciting. I think tonight's going to be a really good, mile marker to see where we are right now.
No, we're all looking forward to it. Coach, great to see you again. Best of luck. We'll talk to you later on.
And thanks so much for being with us. Go Hawks.
Absolutely. Jan Jensen with us here on the pregame. We'll be back with more. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Blair Field.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Happy Honda Days are here. The best time to save on a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. See big savings on all certified pre-owned Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Plus, you're Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine Honda parts. To save on a certified pre-owned Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
It's time for our shoot-around with Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen, presented by Oak Knoll. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Here's Rob Brooks and Hawkeye head coach Jan Jensen.
Thanks to Coach Jensen for joining us on the Shootaround. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving Iowa City community for 59 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. John Swisher in for Rob Brooks tonight. Catherine Reynolds, the former Hawkeye women's player and coach, alongside. As right now it's time to get our keys to the game from Catherine and how the Hawkeyes can get by number 7 Baylor here tonight in Kissimmee.
Well, you heard Coach Jensen in her pregame interview, but it starts with the big three for Baylor. It's Talia Scott, Bella Fauntleroy, and Dariana Little-Page-Buggs. Between the three of them, leading the team in scoring and a huge key. So I think Talia Scott averaging 25 points per game, slowing them, and especially in the ball screen action that Baylor likes to go to so frequently. Secondly, it's transition offense for Iowa. That's been a real strength of the Hawkeyes so far this season. And Baylor's a team that will turn the ball over. So having the ability to turn defense into offense tonight is certainly a key. And lastly, more big picture here, John, it's just handling runs. So far this year, Iowa has not been in a close game. Yeah. And tonight they will be, let's hope anyway. And I think they will be. I think it's going to be a tightly contested game. So it's handling runs, expecting them, and responding when they do happen, and then keeping their foot on the gas when the run is going their way.
No doubt about it. The lineup's coming up shortly here. Catherine's keys to Hawkeye victory are sponsored by Explore Minnesota. From Oso Minnesotan outdoor festivals to lodging with a cozy experience. Start planning your next winter getaway. Create your own Minnesota travel adventure in the land of 10,000 frozen lakes by visiting exploreminnesota.com. Melrose Meadows starting lineups around the corner here in the pregame show. Back after this, Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
You're listening to...
Ever wonder where to find the best cinnamon rolls in Iowa? The Eat Shop's recipe has been passed down for nearly 100 years. From Great Aunt Mary Ann's 1930s restaurant to our ovens today. This holiday season, share a taste of Iowa tradition. Our famous cinnamon rolls, sticky pecan rolls, and small batch kolaches baked fresh every morning. Pre-order your holiday pies and pastries now at theeatshop.com or visit us in Solon, Uptown Marion, or at the University of Iowa Campus Cafes. Worth every bite. Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, Big Ten Rentals, and Tomlinson Cannon. Need tents, tables, staging, and more for your next big event? Big Ten Rentals has you covered. The project is never too large. City festivals, concerts, weddings, and more. Call today or visit big10rentals.com and let the pros handle it all.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growing and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Northside State Farm Field Insurance here in Kissimmee, Florida. John and Catherine back with you moments away from the start of this one. First, we'll take a timeout to identify our stations across the Hawkeye Radio Network. You're listening to Hawkeye women's basketball. Along with studio producer Jacob Scott back at the Master Control, Airfield Studios in Jefferson City, Missouri. John and Catherine with you here. Hawkeye women's basketball, number 19 Hawks and Baylor here tonight. As it's time now for the Melrose Meadows starting lineup. Tired of cooking, cleaning, or just being alone? Check out Melrose Meadows, voted Iowa City's best retirement community. Underground parking, a heated pool, endless opportunities to stay fit and social. Learn more. Visit melrosemeadows.com. For the Hawks, Wright, McCabe, Feuerbach, Stolke, and Hayden. Talia Scott, Kirsten Johnson, Jana Van Geitenbeek, Deanna Littlepage Bugs, and Bella Fauntleroy, the starters for the Baylor Bears. Hawkeyes in their road uniforms, the black with the gold numbers, gold and white trim, as the Bears in their white uniforms with the yellow trim and gold numbers and lettering. And we are ready. From ESPN Wide World of Sports underway in this basketball game. Game number 5 for both teams on the season. Hawks have it going right to left. Feuerbach, left-handed dribble, right elbow. Sends it to Taylor McCabe. Left wing, looking for help. Finds Feuerbach in the left corner. 15 on the shot clock. Dribbles back up top is Kylie Feuerbach. Now right side. Chit-chat right. 7 on the shot clock. Long jumper from Hayden. Book it! Ava Hayden, a good start. Had it inside the right wing from about 18 feet away. Good start for the Hawks, up 2-zip.
Hayden showing some range there. It was almost at the three-point line. Stepped out and knew her shot clock.
Up top with us, Talia Scott, the transfer. Started her career at Arkansas, then Auburn. Suffered an injury last year and came to Baylor with her former head coach. Here's a shot inside, no good by Littlepage Bugs. Missed from the left side. Hawks have it. And this is going to be a moving screen, illegal screen called on the Hawkeyes. Moving called there, and Taylor McCabe, says the far side official.
Yeah, Taylor was cutting to the corner, sort of ran into the defender. Taylor doesn't foul all that often, so I'm not too worried about her getting a quick second.
Hawkeyes up 2-zip. 9 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Scott, little hesitation dribble all the way to the baseline. Now left-handed bounce pass to Littlepage Bugs. Up top with it, it's Jana Van Geitenbeek. Now inside, knocked away by Hannah Stolke with 19 on the shot clock. Stolke one-on-one, shake and bake, right side, low contact. Ball is knocked away. Let's stay Hawkeye basketball. Baseline inbounds underneath.
Really good defense from Hannah on the other end, up the line, as they say, on the post. And Baylor's a team that will turn the basketball over, John. So look for that to be a key for Iowa tonight.
Baseline inbounds, Feuerbach up top to McCabe. McCabe Now right side. Kylie has it. Guarded by Van Geitenbeek. Kept the dribble, fell down. Chit-chat, little floater. Left it short. Turns out to be a nice pass to Heighton. Here's a deep three. No good by McCabe off the backside. Rebounded by Baylor, and here come the Bears. Talia Scott, the 5'9" redshirt sophomore. Now back up top. Fauntleroy swings it right side, right in front of us. Van Geitenbeek. Double team. Now McCabe on her. 14 on the shot clock. Scott driving. Ball poked away. Stolke comes up with it. Gets to the right. Chit-chat. Right-handed. Hip high dribble between the legs. Now up top. Feuerbach. Long distance. 3-ball. Count it. Kylie Feuerbach with a long distance 3, and the Hawks lead 5-zip.
Kylie caught that knowing it was going up. She shot that thing in a second.
No hesitation. Confidence by the graduate 6-footer, averaging 5 a game. Here's a 3 up top. No good, off the mark. Right side. And Mariana Littlepage Bugs comes up empty. Hawks come away with a rebound. Right has it up top. Right to left-handed dribble. Ball knocked away. Now Hayden has it in the lane. Puts it on the floor all the way in. Off the window and good. Good ring around the rosy move there by Ava Hayden, the 6'4" sophomore. The Hawks are rolling up 7-0.
Hayden showing her versatility, those things she worked on in the offseason.
Inside ball knocked away. What great defense for the Hawkeyes. Now inside, put up. That's good. A hard-earned bucket there by Kirsten Johnson, the 6'4" senior. Hawkeyes lead 7-2.
I like the no foul call. There was some contact there, but Ava Hayden kept her hands straight up. No whistle.
Handoff. Salke to Feuerbach. Up top to McCabe. Looking left side. Waves Chit-chat to the corner. Now a pass inside. Tough one. Hayden handles it. Contact there. Just going to call it out of bounds. Coach Jensen wants a contact. Plenty of it underneath as Stalke went up strong. And Coach Jensen and company can't believe there was nothing called, but got to play through it here. And inbounds play here. Coach Stalke was saying, that's enough. Quit arguing about it. We need an inbounds play.
They're on the next play mentality, but credit Coach Jay. She has her team's back.
Absolutely. McCabe, right corner. Feuerbach, 6:45 and counting. First quarter, 7 on the shot clock. Hawks lead 7-2 up top. Left-handed dribble, 3 on the shot clock. Lost it, but Hayden comes up with it for a 3. No good off the backside. Rebound was tipped by Stolke, but securing it, Fauntleroy, and Baylor will bring it up. Hawks by 5, 6.5 to play in this quarter number 1. Left side with it is Van Geitenbeek. She drives the baseline, right hand on the right side. It rolls off the front of the rim. It's tipped away off of Baylor. Hawkeye faithful on the far side wanted some contact from behind. Nothing doing. Hawkeyes will get the basketball. Our first sub of the contest. Taylor Strimlow will be in the ball game. The 5'10" sophomore from Verona, Wisconsin. Hawks lead 7-2, 6:21 to go here in the first.
You look to see Iowa run a set play here. Now there was a dead ball, a little bit of up and back. So now see Iowa have a chance to take a breath and execute a play that they want to call.
Hayden, right wing, looking, being patient. Now right has it, Chit-chat. And now we have a foul called. Our second foul, first on Baylor. Too much contact up top. Holding foul called on Jana Van Geitenbeek, the 5'7" graduate. Guard for head coach Nikki Collin in her 5th season, 106 wins, 36 losses. Former Atlanta Dream WNBA head coach. Here's a 3, no good by Wright. Pinball around, secured by Baylor. Bears come up with it over the timeline. Van Geitenbeek, 5:50 and counting here in this first quarter. Hawks lead 7-2. Number 19, Iowa. Number 7, Baylor. Right side, a dish right side. This is Scott. Baseline jumper with Chit-chat right on it. A little contact. Chit-chat, yep, I got you. And good class there by Wright, helping Talia Scott up. As was it after the shot, though, or are we giving her shots? Giving her shots. 2 points inside the 3-point line.
Well, I think that's Talia Scott's first field goal attempt here nearly 5 minutes into the basketball game, which tells you that Chit-chat's been doing a good job of keeping her quiet. But Talia Scott, a lot of her points come from the free throw line. She has a knack for drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. So that's something that's a key for Iowa, to keep her off that free throw line, make her prove it, and score in other ways.
Nothing but nylon on the first one. Second one rolls out the right side. 86% for the free throw line, averaging 25 points a game is Scott. Leading scorer for Baylor. 7-3, Hawks by 4, 5:25 and counting. Here's Wright, aggressive move inside. Had it knocked away at the last second. Going up for the layup, Kirsten Johnson swats that one away and out of bounds. 15 of the shot clock. Hawks will have it baseline inbounds underneath. For the Hawkeyes, their second sub of the game is Emily Rodriguez. Rodriguez checks in, the 6-foot sophomore. Right side, up off the window, and good. Stolke plays through the contact, gets fouled from behind. Hannah will go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
A perfect execution of the baseline out-of-bounds play. Very frustrating for the Baylor staff because that was a set play that you start teaching kids in middle school. It's just a simple screen-the-screener action, but it's very effective, and that's why people run it. Stolke, great job finishing through contact.
Now Hannah on the line. First trip for the Hawkeyes. As Stolke up, no good, too strong off the back of the rim. 57% for Hannah coming in, 4 of 7. Hawks lead by 6, 9-3, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Wright almost knocked that one away. Coming up with it, Talia Scott. With 15 on the shot clock, Scott drives, little pull-up jumper just outside the free throw line. Count it for Scott, a 5'9" redshirt sophomore, her 3rd points of the game. Here's Rodriguez, baseline drive. Putting it up, tough shot, almost banked it in, no good off the backside, but Hayden chases it down. Strimlow now off the window and good. Right time, right place, good look by Ava Hayden.
Why offensive rebounds are so important. They are second chance opportunities, and who else would it be besides Taylor Strimlow? Finds herself there for Ava Hayden's little dump pass.
Absolutely, Hawks by 6, almost turned over. Here's a 3, no good off the backside, tipped out. Rodriguez has it. Hawks up by 6, 11-5, 4.5 to play here in our opening quarter. From Kissimmee, Florida. Left side is Stolke. WBCA Showcase, second year, second game of 6 games this weekend. First for the Hawks. Here's Rodriguez, left hand on the left side. Thought she got hit by the defender, nothing doing. We go back the other way. Hawks lead by 6. Van Geitenbeek now gives it up. Right side with it is Johnson. Now Scott, step back 3, no good off the backside, rebounded, corralled by Hannah Stolke, and the Hawks come back, chit-chat, left side to Rodriguez. Just under 4 to play. Rodriguez in the corner, chit-chat is there, guarded by Scott. 3:45 and counting here in the first frame. Here's a 3, no good. Grazes the backside of the iron and rebounded by Dariana Littlepage Buggs. And back comes Baylor with it. Up top is Van Geitenbeek. She steps back for a 3. No good off the back of the rim. Then a foul going to be called. A pushing foul called on Hannah Stolke, apparently. As she secured the rebound, there was a little push of Littlepage Buggs, they say. And we have our first media timeout with 3:34 to go in the first. 11-5 Hawkeyes. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball all season long, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at UIIowaenergycollaborative.com. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your local Honda dealer. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Get 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines on clearance with big savings on the full Honda line. Gas, hybrids, and EVs. All new Hondas are in stock. Honda, KBB.com's best value and performance brand. This is the time to get a new Honda with clearance savings. Search your local Honda dealer today. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
3:34 to go here in the first quarter. Hawkeyes with a good start. 11-5, the early advantage. Catherine, what's jumping off to you from that stat page?
Well, Ava Heiden's the leading scorer for Iowa right now, but I think maybe not from the stat sheet can you tell, but they need to work through her more. In-out defense is the hardest thing for teams to guard, and so I think more post touches are something that'll really be to Iowa's benefit, whether that's through Ava, whether that's through Hannah Stolke, whether through Layla Hayes, who looks like she may have just checked in the basketball game. But the thing that you do see on the stat sheet is that Iowa's out-rebounding Baylor, and that was a key in their scouting report, was to out-rebound them, have more shot attempts, etc. And so right now, Iowa out-rebounding Baylor 11-7.
And part of that, points in the paint favoring the Hawkeyes as well, 6-2 so far. Second chance as well, 4-0.
Yep, exactly. And now you're starting to see both teams settle in. You know, early in the game, you kind of don't know what to expect. You know, these are two teams that have read a lot about each other. They've heard a lot about each other. And then once the ball rolls out there, it usually takes a couple minutes for people to really settle in. So seeing Talia Scott, the 25-point-a-game leading scorer for Baylor, settle in a little bit, and that'll be something Chit Chat Wright is focusing on, is to keep her off her rhythm.
No subs through the first 6 minutes and change of this game for Baylor. Kyla Abram is the first one as we get ready to resume. The forward, 6'3", redshirt junior from Virginia is in there, the Baylor lineup, and the Bears have it. Baseline inbounds underneath. Hawkeyes, as Catherine alluded to, Layla Hayes in for the first time tonight, joining Rodriguez, Stolke, Wright, and Strimlow. Baylor has it with 15 on the shot clock. Around a screen, up and good right from the free throw line as Fauntleroy, the 6-foot senior, gets that one to fall, averaging 14 per game coming in. Hayes, nice pass inside, contact blocked away. Stolke battling underneath. It'll be baseline inbounds with 21 on the shot clock.
Stolke turned and tried to go straight up with it, which led to the block rather than giving a shot fake. She was also kind of fading away from the rim. So when Hannah's going straight at somebody, it's tough to beat her, but a little off balance.
Didn't go into that contact, wasn't able to. Therefore, no foul came. Feuerbach has it. 18 on the shot clock. Driving in one-on-one. That ball knocked away. It's on the floor. Scrum for it. It's going to be a tie ball. And it will go to the Bears with 3:05 to go here in the first. 11-7, Hawkeyes by 4.
Definitely upping the level of defensive ball pressure from what Iowa has seen so far this season. And Nikki Collin, who you mentioned, coached in the WNBA for a long time. Yeah. She's been all over the place. Highly respected coach in Nikki Collin.
Coach of the year for the Atlanta Dream in 2018, a Marquette grad. Played at Marquette, 1998. Graduate. Ball picked away by Feuerbach. Up ahead, Rodriguez. Crossover move, put up on the travel. She took one extra step, says the far side official. I thought it looked like two. Coach Jensen thought it was a good Euro step and no travel. What do you see?
I thought it looked good too. I do think she was expecting some contact that she didn't receive, but I thought she kept her foot on the ground.
Still thought there was only two from our angle, but life goes on. 2.5 to go in the first. 11-7. Hawks by 4. Another new face in there for Baylor. Markayla Johnson, a 6-foot freshman, her first year here with the Bears. And this is going to be a traveling violation called on Baylor as we go back the other way.
Yeah, sometimes that makes you wonder if there's a missed call on one side, let's call the travel here on the other. But Hawks are facing an over 2-minute scoring drought right now. So we'd really love to see them get the ball inside, get an easy bucket. 4th
turnover already for Baylor. Hawks have 3. Wright has it. Left to right-handed dribble between the legs. Left side, Rodriguez. 14 the shot clock. Drives in. Still one-on-one. Puts it up. Blocked away. Gets her own rebound. Putting it up. That one's tipped away. And Baylor will come back with it. 2 minutes to play in the first. 11-7. Hawkeyes by 4. They started out a 7-0 advantage. Here's a nice move on the left side with the right hand. Talia Scott, the 5'9" redshirt sophomore. And this game's within 2. Hawks 11-9. Rodriguez driving. She fell. That's going to be a travel. One-on-one in the middle of the lane. And Taylor McCabe will come in. Emily Rodriguez will take a breather, maybe trying to do just a little too much.
Yeah, I think so. Got a little bit ahead of herself. She's excited. She's back where she was at UCF last year, back in where she spent some time. So Taylor McCabe kind of calmed the ship a little bit. Again, Iowa, 3-minute and 7-second scoring drought and 3 turnovers in that time.
Unfortunately, still leading by 2, 11-9. 1.5 to go here in the opening quarter from the WBCA showcase. We have a whistle and a moving screen called on Baylor as we go the other way. As Kyla Abram picks that one up. Third foul for Baylor. Hawkeyes have the same amount with a 2-point lead. 1:33 to go here in the first frame. It's McCabe, Wright, Feuerbach, Stolke, and Hayes, the 5 for the Hawkeyes. Chit Chat will bring it up. Guarding her is Johnson. Right-handed hip-high dribble. Now back up top to Stolke. Drives in, has it knocked away. As Kyla Abrams skies for that one and bats it away from Hannah Stolke. Okay, still in that scoring drought, nearing 4 minutes. 1:12 and counting here in the first quarter. 11-9, Hawks by 2. Step back 3 ball, no good. Too strong on the back of the line. That's going to be contact from behind called on Abram. Too much there. Her second in a matter of a minute as Hayes with good blocking out, going for that rebound. The Hawkeyes will have it.
Well, Baylor now has 7 blocked shots already here with still in the first quarter. So point of emphasis for Iowa to maybe mix in some shot fakes, try to mix things up when they get in the paint because clearly Baylor's got some length.
They come in averaging 7 per game. So the Hawkeyes trying to counter that. Right elbow to Hayden. Patience with 18 on the shot clock, looking for help. She's out of the lane and a 5-second call. That closely guarded too much. Hayden trying to get rid of it, couldn't in time. Michaela Johnson was within 6 feet. We go the other way.
Extremely frustrating for a coach when you get that 5-second call. You just got to have that body clock telling you, hey, got to take a dribble, keep it alive.
Up top with it, Talia Scott out giving it up to Johnson. Back inside, now out. Ooh, stepped out of bounds. Yes, good call. Right to our right. The new face in there, Yuting Dang, the 6'2 sophomore guard. Transfer from Auburn as well. The China native is Dang, and the Hawks have the 2-point lead. 11-9, under 30 seconds to play in the first frame. Wright has it inside the division line. Guarded up top by Talia Scott. Shot clock, game clock, about 5-second difference. 10 on the shot clock. Wright gets it to Hayden. Hayden trying to get to Feuerbach. It's tipped away. Gets it out to McCabe for a 3 ball. No good. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded. 3 seconds to go. Baylor pushing it ahead. Scott has it. 1 second. Going to get a shot off. A 3. No good. Too hard off the back of the rim. And the Hawkeyes with the 2-point lead after 1 quarter of play. 11-9. Here in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. It feeds our livestock, nourishes our families, and provides homegrown, clean-burning unleaded 88 for our vehicles. Pump it up with unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a delicious bakery treat, or our take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. And while you're fueling up with Quickstar's fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. We're all about saving you time, money, and making your life easy. Quickstar's here for you whenever you need us.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Chef Jeff Grunder with a dinner tip you won't want to miss. The Machine Shed's Parmesan Crusted America's Cut. It's seriously amazing. We start with a juicy grilled pork loin and top it with a Parmesan crust made from real butter, roasted garlic, grated Parmesan, parsley, cracked peppercorns, and toasted breadcrumbs. We bake it to a golden brown and drizzle it with white wine sauce. It's a game changer. Trust me. Head to the Shed tonight.
I-80 and Hickman Road, Urbandale, and I-80 and Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Fresh 10 minutes on the clock. We'll get going here shortly in the second quarter. Hawkeyes lead by 2, 11-9. Start off pretty good shooting, have cooled off here, Catherine, to say the least, but still a 2-point lead as we head into this second quarter. We saw some positives, but we need to see them again here as we start quarter number 2.
Yeah, Iowa just really couldn't get anything going offensively after a really, like you said, a nice start. Jumped out to that early lead and then just went cold, didn't score for nearly the next 5 minutes of the first quarter. But shooting percentages, Iowa at 25% from the field right now. Baylor's only at 33%, difference being that Iowa's taken a few more shots. But like you say, there are some bright spots. Iowa's out rebounding Baylor 14-10. They've forced Baylor into 6 different turnovers. But one thing to note is Baylor has blocked 7 Iowa field goal attempts. So shot fakes are essential. Get to the paint, shot fake, go up strong, and try to draw some contact.
The adjustments the Hawkeyes need to make, I'm sure that's being enforced in the huddle, especially Coach Randy Peterson, a former post player inside. Use that shot fake as rebounds was an advantage for the Hawks, coming in 49 per game in their first 4, 42 for Baylor. So get ready to start this second quarter. Both teams at 4-0. Baylor 2-0 at home, 2-0 on the road as they play games, as Catherine alluded to in the pregame, in France, knocking off number 7 Duke to start the season for this Baylor outfit. Now we're underway here in this second quarter as the Hawks come with Addie Deal, the 6-foot freshman from Irvine, California. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Hawkeye basketball with 21 on the shot clock. It's Feuerbach, Deal, Stolke, Hayden, and McCabe, the 5 for the Hawks. Deal has it up top, left to right-handed dribble. Hip-high dribble to the right wing for Addie. 15 on the shot clock. Picked up her dribble, now gets it into Stolke, right elbow. Gets rid of it as she lost the dribble. Turnaround jumper, good. Good feed in there by Feuerbach, and Hannah Stolke made the 10-foot jumper in the middle of the lane. Hawks have their first points in nearly 5 minutes of gameplay. 13-9, the lead by 4.
With Yuting Dang on Hannah Stolke, there's a height advantage, so good awareness by Kylie Feuerbach to feed her.
Left side, hesitation. Now dribbling it out, right-handed thigh-high dribble to the left wing is Van Geitenbeek. Now ring around the Rosie, left side to Dang. Dang for a 3, got it to go.
Dang, the 24th-ranked player out of China, which it's a big country, a lot of people. That's saying something. She's got some international experience and a nice transfer from Auburn.
33% from the three-point line. That's just her second 4 points a game.
And Ava Hayden with the quick spin move to her right side. And I think Iowa needs to continue to play through her. She is so effective and efficient.
Here's Dang for another 3. Feuerbach in a hand. No good. Oh, it rings around. Now it pops out the left side. That ball just toying with the Hawkeye fans. Hawkeyes lead by 3, 15-12, 8.5 to go here in this quarter number 2. Battle of top 20 teams from the Big 12. Baylor, the 3rd of 16 this year, picked 3rd, finished 2nd last year. This ball is fumbled on the ground, lost out of bounds by Ava Hayden. Last touch as the baseline official. It'll be Baylor basketball.
So Iowa with 6 turnovers of their own here early in this second quarter. Something to keep an eye on, controlling possessions in a game that looks like it may come down to 1 or 2 possessions.
Hawkeyes picked 6, of course, in the Big Ten Conference out of 18 teams, 8-10 and counting here in the second, 15-12. Hawkeyes by 3. Step back, long 3, no good off the front of the rim. McCabe secured the rebound off the shot by Van Geitenbeek. McCabe stops with the dribble, passes to Eddie Deal right side. Nice pass inside. Hayden. Stolke plays through the contact. Got hit on the arm as she went up. She go to the line to shoot 2.
And that was set call. Another high-low action, which we've seen a lot of so far out of Iowa this season. Whether it's Hayden at the block or Stolke at the block, the other one pops to that free throw line, kind of elbow area, and then they just work high-low action, and it's been extremely effective. And like I mentioned, with the mismatch with Yuting Dang on Hannah Stolke right now, it's a good look for Iowa to try to feed her at the block.
Chit Chat Wright comes back in as McCabe will take a breather. Stolke on the line, 4 points. She's 0 of 1 so far, make it 0 of 2. No good on the free throw off the right side for Hannah Stolke.
Yeah, Hannah about 57-ish% coming into this game from the free throw lines, an area of her game she really improved last year in her junior campaign. So something I know it's just in her head. It's simply in her head. She's able to make free throws, but there she gets second life.
That's right. No good on the second one, but a lane violation called on Baylor, and she'll have one more. Hawks lead by 3. Make it 4. Nothing but nylon. Stalky took advantage of it. Hawks by 4. Just under 8 to play in this first half. Up top with it is Scott, bringing it over the timeline with a right-handed hip-high dribble. Now left to right-handed, picked up by Wright. Up top is Little Paige Bugs. Scott driving in, baseline. Stalky knocked it away and came up with it, then lost it off her foot and out of bounds. The baseline inbounds underneath for Baylor. Good active hands by Hannah Stalky.
Now, these Baylor players do a nice job of using the baseline as an extra kind of, an extra defender, sort of, that keeps them free. They drive baseline a lot and use it for protection.
13 of the shot clock. Now it's under 10. Scott guarded by Chit Chat. Left side, 4 on the shot clock. Up top, now right side. A drive in, Feuerbach, and a blocking foul going to be called. Tried to get set to draw the offensive foul. The baseline official didn't buy it, and Feuerbach will take it. Now the officials are conferring, did the shot clock expire first before the contact occurred?
Well, with this being an ESPN game, John, we've got replays all over the place in here, and I'm glad that they're conferring about it. I think they're going to maybe go to the monitor and try to ensure that there was still time on the clock or not before that called block on Kylie Feuerbach.
Indeed, they are, as all of our reviewed plays brought to you, of course, by Athletico Physical Therapy. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously at Athletico. Recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. I think, are we taking a media timeout along with it here as the review is on, as the Hawkeyes lead 16-12 with 7:22 to go in this second period. As we take a look at the scoreboard, Iowa volleyball is at Nebraska tonight. We'll do a score update on that. Iowa men winning earlier at Carver Hawkeye Arena back in Iowa City tonight as they took down Chicago State. Hawkeyes winning 93-54. The high school football finals at the Unidome starting today with 4 games, 3 coming up tomorrow. 8-player went to Algona Bishop Garrigan 44-42. In Class A, it was MCRU 30-17 over St. Ansgar. And the 1A title tilt, Iowa City Regina defeated in heartbreaking overtime fashion West Lyon with the win 34-27. As the official explaining it to the ESPN television crew to our left, as 16-12 is the lead here for the Hawkeyes with 7:22 to go in this second quarter. It looked like she said we're going to have 2 shots as contact occurred just before the shot clock expired.
Yeah, it looked that way, and kind of an unfortunate turn of events where Iowa played 30 seconds of good defense, got all the way down, and then Kylie slid over and tried to take a charge. Kind of seemed like it was either going to be a shot clock violation or a charge call, and instead it's a blocking foul and sending the Baylor to the free throw line for 2 free throws. But always will credit Kylie for her sacrificing her body to try to take charges, and a real strength of hers. And really a lot of what she brings to the table is her defensive skill.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. As we take a look at the Big Ten women's basketball scoreboard, Auburn defeating Rutgers earlier today, 51-46. Michigan State all over Eastern Illinois, 101-53. Maryland hammered Bethune-Cookman, 95-49. Hawkeyes leading here, 16-12 with 7:22 to go in this second quarter of play. Hawkeyes leading Baylor in points in the paint now, 10-4. Shooting still 100% in the second quarter, I should say. 33% for Baylor as we're almost ready to resume here. Both teams in their timeout and getting ready to adjourn those timeouts shortly. Hawkeyes will take on Miami on Saturday night, 7 o'clock back in Iowa, as Miami defeated Davidson in the first game of this WBCA showcase earlier tonight, 66-58. 2 shots coming here for Jana Van Geitenbeek. A 100% shooter, 2 of 2 coming in tonight. She averages 3 points a game. No good. Off the mark, left side. 1 more to come.
Van Geitenbeek, a player like Kylie Feuerbach in her 6th year of college basketball, spent a couple years at Stanford and now in her 4th year at Baylor. So a lot of hoops under her belt.
Hits off the front of the rim, kisses the square of the window and falls on down. Hawks lead by 3, 16-13. Ball inside, knocked away, but contact from behind as Hayden was trying to juggle the basketball to herself. And the foul going to be called on Baylor. A new face in there for the Bears, Kaylin Nelms, a 6'1 forward, sophomore in her 2nd year. As from Miami, Florida. 2nd team foul on Baylor. Hawks have 1. And now the official talking to the scores table after the 2 officials conferred. And we're ready to go. Not sure what that was about. Baseline inbounds underneath. Feuerbach will trigger it. Right side, corner to Deal. Shot clock 20 now. Deal with the handoff from Hayden. Deal driving in the lane, putting it up. Left hand, left side, no good. Left it short in traffic. Coming away with the rebound was Little Paige Buggs. 7 minutes to play here in the 2nd frame. Here's a deep 3. No good off the back of the rim. Tempted up top by Fauntleroy. And the Hawks come back with it. Stolke got the rebound. Now Hayden and a Baylor player hit the deck as Fauntleroy going to get called for the contact foul on Ava Hayden. This will be Hawkeye basketball. Taylor McCabe back in. Emily Rodriguez as well.
Well, Fauntleroy tried to flop is what happened. And I like that when the official says, oh, I'm not giving you that. I don't know, that necessarily doesn't make it a block, but we'll take it when it's advantage Iowa. Get Fauntleroy on the bench, one of the most effective scorers for Baylor.
No doubt we'll take it as the Hawkeyes lead by 3, 6:45 and counting here in this first half. Rodriguez has it. Left-handed thigh-high dribble out top. Bounce past the chit-chat. Now left side of McCabe. Taylor surveying. Left elbow is Hannah. She'll go left to right. Now back to Rodriguez. 8 in the shot clock. Rodriguez pump fake. Puts it up in traffic. Curls around. Crawls off the front of the rim. But McCabe getting in there for the rebound. Hit the rim. So the shot clock resets to 20. 15 now with Wright having it. Extended right wing. Hayden bounce pass inside. Stolke goes strong. Blocked out of there by Little Paige Buggs. And the shot clock at 10 to 6:17 to go. That's the 8th team block, I believe, here for Baylor so far. Again, they average 7 a game.
Yeah, Stolke's not used to getting her shot blocked, so that's a halftime adjustment that she can definitely make.
Here's Hayden. 8 in the shot clock. Baseline drive. Tripped up. Hit the deck. But she lost the ball. It's on the floor. Going to be a tie ball. It'll be Baylor basketball. As Baylor will get it. No control. She didn't fall down with the ball. She lost it and got it back up. Baylor coaches were adamant there was a travel. Not what we saw. 6:11 to go in the second. 16-13. Hawks by 3. As perspiration on the floor with some bodies hitting the hardwood. They'll take care of it.
A beautiful arena, though, here down at the Disney Wide World of Sports. I've never been, but really impressed by the facilities that they've put together. Got a beautiful baseball field next door. And,
yes.
This basketball arena is perfect size. Seats about 5,000, so nice and cozy.
Beautiful indeed. The most magical place on earth, they like to refer to it as. The Hawkeyes enjoying their trip, getting in yesterday. Be here till Sunday. Here's a deep 3. Top of the key, and Talia Scott, the 5'9 redshirt sophomore, books it. And the game is tied at 16. Right side is McCabe. Here's a shot, no good by Hayden, and rebounded by Baylor. Back come the Bears. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Up top with it, Van Geitenbeek gets rid of it to Johnson. Johnson, left-handed knee-high dribbles. Inside the left wing, no good, a long 2. Pinballed around. McCabe will secure it, gets it to right. Chit-chat speedy dribble all the way in. Puts it up in contact. Curls off the left side. Hayden pokes it away. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Baylor basketball with 5:14 to go here in the second quarter as Layla Hayes will check back in for the Hawks, the 6'5" freshman from Alaska.
Well, I like that attack, though, from Chit Chat Wright. She's been a little bit quiet here as this game has progressed in the first half. So really like to see her attacking the rim, especially in transition.
Very aggressive, getting something going here. Hopefully for the Hawks. So now we have a timeout on the floor with 5:14 to go in the second period. We're knotted at 16. We'll take it with them. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine, changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. As this is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
We're back in, 5:14 to go. Second quarter, we're tied at 16. There was a challenge on the floor from the previous out-of-bounds call by Coach Jensen and company, apparently. And the officials explain it to her now as we take a look at the new challenge rule, Catherine.
Yeah, under the rule change, these are the 4 types of plays that can be challenged at any point during the game. A ruled out of bounds violation, a ruled backcourt violation, whether a change in team possession occurred before the ruling of a foul where free throws are involved, or whether a foul was assessed to the correct player. So, I'm actually not quite sure. Maybe just the out of bounds violation was reviewed there.
So not going the Hawkeyes' way. All plays under review, brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. Our second review of the game. Here's a 3 left side. No good, bounce off the backside, but a rebound secured in there. Put up and good off the glass by Kayla Nelms, the 6'1" sophomore. And the first lead of the ball game for Baylor, 18-16 with 4:45 and counting.
Well, Iowa just missed that box out. Pure and simple. Never got a body on her. She was all up by herself to get that offensive rebound and go back up with it.
Chit Chat gets dragged down there. Defensive foul called on the Baylor player, Markayla Johnson, as up top, Hayden was trying to get it to Wright. Ball bounced out of bounds because Wright disappeared into the floor. She was drugged down by the aforementioned Johnson as the team foul number 4 for Baylor. Hawks will be shooting next. Only one foul, the Hawks here in the second frame. 4:43 to go in the first half. Hawks down 18-16. Here's a quick trigger 3. Airball by McCabe. Feuerbach, good rebound, but she was out of bounds. Baylor basketball.
Well, Hawks are just having a hard time finding the basket right now, and that'll happen. It's kind of what we talked about in the pregame, John, is expect these runs and sometimes these droughts and just how you respond to them. You have to continue to play good defense, keep things close.
After a good start, the confidence is there. You know you can do it. Just got to find it again. Here's Scott for a 3. No good. Bounces off the backboard. Knocked out of bounds by Hayden. It'll stay Baylor basketball. Baseline inbounds underneath with 20 on the shot clock. 4:25 to go. Here in the second quarter, Baylor by 2.
Well, Talia Scott, most definitely a 3-level scorer. Can shoot the 3, can get to the rim, that mid-range. So watching Iowa continue to key on her.
Feuerbach closely guarding Van Geitenbeek. Here's a 3 left corner, and there you go. Talia Scott again. The leading scorer, nearly 5 points a game. Feuerbach trying to answer, no good off the backside. Hawks down by 5, 21-16. 4 minutes and change to go here in the second period. Left side elbow. The shot up and good by Scott. Coach Jensen doesn't like it. Thought there was some contact there on a moving screen, and Coach Jensen wants a timeout. 3:55 to go in the second. And Coach Jensen is adamant, talking to the far side official coming across, trying to calm her down. 23-16. Hawks have the lead. There's a little contact out there on the top of the key that Coach Jensen was wanting, that moving illegal screen call as Feuerbach couldn't get back to her shooter.
Well, she's been asking for it most of this half, and Iowa has actually been called for it. Baylor yet to be called for it. So that's what she's so frustrated about. But more so, it's just, I think it's more of a microcosm of the issue that she can't figure out why her team can't make a shot right now. They're on another 4-minute scoring drought after a nearly 5-minute scoring drought in that first quarter. So, but that's good. Sometimes that's how you fire your team up, and love to see the respect that she's given from this veteran official. Cameron Inouye has done a lot of Iowa games over the years, came over to say hi to me. That's how, it's been a long time since I was sitting over on that sideline, and she's a really, they're good people. They just don't have the most fun job. So anyway, all that to say, I like Jan being in their ear. It makes them pay closer attention next time down the court.
It helps to get along with officials and not always bark with them, though. You got to pick your spots.
Oh, they're human too, no doubt.
Absolutely. Here's Wright up top, 17 on the shot clock. Right to left-handed dribble, hand off to Feuerbach. 12 on the shot clock, drives. Kylie passes left side. Here's a three. Stolke, no good. Air ball at the backside. Rebounded by Talia Scott. Back comes Baylor. The scoring drought continues for the Hawks. 3.5 to go. Here's a deep three. No good off the front of the rim. Stolke gathered the rebound and lost it, but it went off of a white jersey hand out of bounds, and it goes Hawkeye basketball with 3:20 and counting here in the first half. 23-16. Baylor the advantage. Hawkeyes led 7-0 out of the gate, but Baylor coming on of late. Here's Hayden inside, putting up in traffic. Foul going to come as she crashes to the floor. High off the window, no good, but a pushing contact foul called. And Ava will go the line to shoot two.
I think that's the ticket to kind of clawing back into this, is to feed the post, whether it's Stolke, whether it's Hayden, whether it's Hayes when she's in the game. I just really think getting high percentage shots when you're struggling to shoot from three, which Iowa certainly is right now, at shooting at just 14%, 1 of 7. That's not to say you could never shoot one, but when you are struggling, go to your bread and butter.
Ava Hayden, first trip to the line, coming in at 62% free throw shooter, 13 of 21. This is the first one off the mark left side. Her first free throw tonight, she's got 6 points, make it 7. Nothing but net on the second free throw, and pulls the Hawks within 6. 23-17 Baylor. 3 minutes and change to go. We're in the second period here at the State Farm Fieldhouse in Kissimmee, Florida. Left side, contact going to be called. Feuerbach on the driving Talia Scott, and it'll be baseline inbounds underneath. Only the Hawks' second team foul here in the second period. Exactly 3 minutes to go in the first half as Taylor Strimlow heads to the bench, heads to the scores table to check in. She's in. Kylie Feuerbach will take a break. Baseline inbounds underneath for the Bears with 20 on the shot clock. As a pushing foul called in the middle of the lane that time on Ava Hayden, trying to fight through some contact. As the third team foul, the Hawks now. As asking for the broom for some perspiration in the middle of the lane with 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Hawkeyes have Hayden, Stolke, Wright, McCabe, and Strimlow, the 5 on the floor for Coach Jan Jensen in their second year, 27-11 coming into tonight, the record. 6th head coach in program history. Up top with it is Little Paige Buggs. Now getting it up top to Johnson. Right side. Van Geitenbeek guarded by Strimlow. 8 on the shot clock. Left the right-handed dribble. Hip high, now baseline drive across the lane. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Scott up top, gonna throw it up. Shot clock violation. Good defense for the Hawkeyes that time.
You can see they're rallying around it too. A little team huddle there for Iowa, excited to force that shot clock violation. That came right at the right time too, as Chit Chat Right was pretty handsy with Talia Scott coming off the ball screen.
You saw that too. As 6-point advantage for Baylor. Maybe that's the spark the Hawkeyes need to finish out the first half. Here's Stalky inside as it's swatted away. Yet another block. Stalky went strong left side. Kyla Abram knocking it out, and Hannah Stalky coming up. And she needs to come out, asking for a sub here, as she is very gingerly walking off, favoring that left leg.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. She came down awkwardly. You can't really tell if it's her knee or her ankle bugging her, but she's got a leg sleeve on. So, yeah, maybe battling a few things, as most players are.
Here's a 3 deep from McCabe. Got it to go. Taylor McCabe gets the Hawks within 3. It's 23-20.
McCabe, right when you need her, dialed one up.
Up top now, Baylor, Van Geitenbeek. 18 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away, then Geitenbeek on the floor. Now diving on it. Strimlow just takes it away from her. On the floor, sitting. Gets it to right for a 3 ball. Got it! Chit Chat dials long distance to the left ring. And the Hawks are tied at 23.
Oh, and Chit Chat had some extra commentary there afterwards. She was pretty fired up, but I love it. And then Strimlow, how does she do that? Just goes down on the floor and somehow cleanly comes away with it?
Beautiful job by Taylor. The sub in for Stalky is Journey Houston, 5'11" guard, and there's a 3, and quieting the crowd is a little smirk and a smile by Talia Scott, and Baylor back up by 3, 26-20. Right side is McCabe. This is the fast-paced game we're looking for here. It's kind of slowed down on the stoppages of play there for a while. Here's Strimlow, little contact, nothing doing, a flop. Here's a shot, no good from left elbow. High off the glass, it bounced off the front of the rim. 26-23 Baylor. A minute to go here in the second quarter. Then Geitenbeek, left side. Now dribbles it back up top. Gets rid of it to Little Page Bugs. Right short corner. Guarded by Houston. Up top for a 3 ball. No good, too strong off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Hayden. And Strimlow will bring it up. Gets it to Chit Chat right side. Avoids a defender with 20 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. Chit Chat nearly loses it. Gets it back. Left-handed between the legs dribble. Now up top. 13 on the shot clock. Double team there and a little contact as a reach in. Ball is poked away. As going to be called on Abram, her third. Over 5 team fouls now for Baylor, so Chit Chat will be on the line to shoot for the first time for the free throw line tonight.
Really good patience from Chit Chat too. She's dribbling around for a long time, called for the ball screen, and then went right into it. So drawing the contact, getting herself to the free throw line, that's what point guards do. And she's taking over a little bit here in these closing minutes of the first half.
First free throw is up and good. Hawks within 2. Chit Chat coming in 7 of 8 for the free throw line, 88%. The second one is good. Hawks within 1. 26-25. Baylor with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Chit Chat guarding the guard, Talia Scott. Handoff to Little Page Bugs. Now up top to Van Geitenbeek. 10 on the game clock. Right side pass. This is Little Page Bugs. Back up top. Johnson has it. Markela drives in. Good defense by Houston and Hayden across. Bounce pass in the middle of the lane. Getting it up and good is Kayla Nelms at the buzzer. And Baylor takes a 3-point lead heading into the halftime break. 28-25. But good response by the Hawks, going almost 9 minutes combined in the first half of not scoring a bucket, but within 3 at halftime. Not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm always one to look at the bright side of things. But when you look at Iowa going 2 of their last 12 field goals, those scoring droughts that you talked about, and then just their shooting percentages in general, yeah, you're really happy going into the halftime 3 points down to the 7th ranked team in the country, knowing so much more potential lies ahead of you, especially the way they started the basketball game. So you're sitting in a just fine location. You got to kind of sharpen up the defense on Talia Scott. She's proven why she's averaging 25 points a game. She's been electric. But outside of that, Iowa can really tighten a few screws here and there and come out in the second half strong.
Hawk fans, take a fast break on heating costs this winter. Tune up your furnace, sealed drafts, and visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for more ways to stay warm while using less energy. Stop by and see what everyone's talking about at Watermill Kitchen and Bar, voted 2025 Best New Restaurant by the Corridor Business Journal. The modern Midwestern restaurant located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing features chef-inspired takes and all your favorite dishes with amazing daily specials, unique cocktails, and monthly events. Halftime show is next. Hawkeyes down by 3, 28-25 to Baylor. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Hawkeye Halftime Show. Here's Rob Brooks and former Hawkeye Catherine Reynolds.
We're back in courtside, State Farm Fieldhouse here in Kissimmee, Florida. 28-25. Baylor leads this one at the break. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball all season long, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uienergycollaborative.com as we take a look at some of the numbers here, Catherine, that made up these first two quarters with the Hawkeyes trailing by 3.
Like you say, Hawks trailing by 3 at the half, 28-25. And we'll look at the Iowa side of the box score first, shooting at 26.5% from the field on 9 of 34 shooting, 33% from 3 on 3 of 9 shooting. 2 of those come in there late in the second quarter, and 57% from the free throw line, 4 for 7. Leading scorer for the Hawks at the half is Ava Hayden with 7 points. She's got 4 rebounds to go along with it, as well as 3 assists. So really nice balance from Ava Hayden. Taylor McCabe right with her with 4 rebounds, 3 points of her own, hit a 3 there to close out the first half. And the second leading scorer for the Hawks is Hannah Stolke and Chit Chat Wright with 5 points apiece. For Baylor, 41% from the field on 11 of 27 shooting, 25% from 3 on 4 of 16, and 2 for 4 from the free throw line, just 50%. Talia Scott doing most of the damage for the Baylor Bears with 16 points, well on pace for her 25 a game that she's been averaging so far this season. 6 for 11 from the field. She's 3 for 8 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, has 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 turnover to go along with her line. A couple of other things of note: Iowa leading the rebounding battle 23-19 and 10-3 on the offensive glass. Definitely something for Iowa to continue to attack. And I also want to note Baylor with 9 blocked shots. Not something you see really ever. That's a lot of blocks, and a lot of those coming against Hannah Stolke. So Stolke, who left in the second quarter with either some sort of leg injury, knee or ankle, we're not totally sure. So hope to see her come back. But a lot of those blocks have come against her. You can see on the stat line 6 times that she's been blocked. So something that's for Iowa to focus on is finding other ways to score, using shot fakes, making little post moves when they get the ball around the paint.
Hawkeyes trailing by 3. We'll come back with more at halftime here from Kissimmee, Florida, in this WBCA showcase. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. Always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Start's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hawkeyes trail 28-25 here to Baylor. Number 7 Bears, number 19 Hawkeyes battling here in Kissimmee, Florida. John Swisher, Catherine Reynolds along with you. As time to identify our stations, a station ID break across the Hawkeye Radio Network. You're listening to Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Hawkeyes leading points from turnovers 9-3, points in the paint 10-8, and fast break 6-0. That wraps up our Hy-Vee halftime stats. Brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every Iowa. Hawk fans, enjoy your home away from home at Coralville's All Suite Homewood Suites, Iowa River Landing and Home 2 Suites, Hilton Hotels, relaxing spacious suites with kitchens, and enjoy free breakfast, 24-hour gym, pool, hot tub, and more, perfectly located for your next Hawkeye visit. More with the halftime show here as we come back. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Hawkeyes on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Hawkeye Pride, powered locally.
Hey Hawkeyes, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field designed Iowa t-shirt, and most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Iowa in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides the direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad, Brian, and his crew at Dodge Street Tire. For over 30 good years, they have taken care of their customers and treated them like neighbors. This season, if your car or truck is struggling to compete, take a shot with Dodge Street Tire. You won't have to jump through hoops to ensure quality and honest service for Hawkeye fans everywhere. Whether it's new tires or engine trouble, Dodge Street Tire will score a win for you and your family. At the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Back in State Farm Fieldhouse here in Kissimmee, Florida. We get ready for the second half. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for a dozen straight years. Proudly supports Iowa women's basketball. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear, Toyo Tires, Dodge Street Tire, and Auto. Celebrating 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. With RE/MAX, Hawks fans, it's more than numbers on a contract. It's about trust, honest advice, and expert guidance, because while numbers count, trust matters more. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. For the Hawkeyes, Catherine, it's about controlling Talia Scott. Comes in averaging 25 points a game. She's got 16 at the break. How can they do it better?
Well, that's a good question, John. I think probably a lot of teams are going to be asking themselves that. So Talia Scott starts out her career at Arkansas as all SEC freshman team, then transfers to Auburn, gets hurt after 3 games, and now here she is at Baylor and just tearing things up so far in the young season. So what you've seen out of her so far is an ability to score in all kinds of ways. She's gotten to the rim, she likes the mid-range game, and she likes the 3. But, it's just staying in her pocket, making life difficult for her and making other teammates try to prove things, especially late in the shot clock when they're clearly going to her. So you're not usually going to completely stop a scorer like that, as we've fortunately seen over the years at Iowa, but you can definitely slow them down and make life difficult.
Good news for the Hawks. Hannah Stolke came out, looked good in warm-up. She is not on the floor to start the second half, but is on the bench. It looks like she'll be playable. Ball's knocked away. Lost by the Hawkeyes. They had it going left to right to start this third quarter. Chit-Chat Wright falls down. And now Baylor will shoot a 3 right side. Got it up and good. Jana Van Geitenbeek, the 5'7" graduate, averaging 3 points a game with a bucket there. 31-25 Baylor, 9.5 to go in this third quarter. Wright has it right in front of us. Now driving middle of the lane all the way up. Good flare, no good. Off the left side, crashing to the ground, some contact and a late whistle that the Baylor faithful don't like, but Chit-Chat is still on the ground, slow to get up here, but when she does, 2 shots will be coming.
Yeah, and Chit-Chat lost a shoe in the process, but it looked like she just hit the ground so hard it may have knocked the wind out of her. It's not moving a whole lot right now, I think, just really breathing hard.
Training staff coming out. Coach Jensen is out there as well to check on Chit-Chat Wright, the 5'4" sophomore, transfer from Georgia Tech, the Atlanta, Georgia native. And sure hope she's going to be okay sooner than later here, as she was one of the Hawkeye players, very giddy and glad to see old Mickey Mouse when we arrived yesterday in the meet and greet, as they're still tending to her on the floor in the middle of the lane underneath the basket with a Baylor lead 31-25 here in this third quarter. As Hawk fans in Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn grows feed for our livestock, feed for our families, and clean burning fuel with unleaded 88. You can go to iowacorn.org to pump it up with unleaded 88. We will step out for an injury timeout with 9:19 to go in the third quarter. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawkeyes trail 31-25, 9:19 to go here in this third quarter. Chit Chat Right slow to get up and being helped off now. A couple of student managers will carry her to the locker room as a tough one for the Hawkeyes. They come together here and playing without Hannah Stolke for the time being. She's still working on that left leg as she left in the second quarter. Now Chit Chat Right. And these players able to play here are going to have to play on without a couple of their leaders.
Yeah, definitely they will. And that was kind of scary, John, to be honest with you. You know, listeners, she was on the court, just looked a little bit disoriented and then was carried off the court by a couple of the managers. So that's, you know, your team, really all you can do is regroup and keep your mind on this basketball game and have your play for your teammate.
Strimlow makes the second free throw after a miss. 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 2 points for Taylor Strimlow. Here's a three, no good. Curls off the back of the rim. Good rebound by Journey Houston inside. The Hawkeyes have it. Coming back the other way, down by 5, 31-26, just under 9 to play in this third quarter. Number 7, Baylor, the opponent tonight for the 19th ranked Hawkeyes. Journey Houston, little pump fake, driving in off the glass, too strong. Pinballs around, Hayden chasing it down. It's thrown off of Hayden. As chasing it down was the Bear player, Ariana Littlepage Bugs, and we go back the other way.
Yeah, so definitely interesting lineup out there for Iowa right now. You got McCabe playing the point guard position, Taylor Strimlow, you know, Kylie Feuerbach, Journey Houston, and Ava Hayden. So a lineup we have not seen a lot so far this season together. But you know what you do have is your 2 captains on the court, yes. Kylie Feuerbach and Taylor Strimlow. So people that they're looking to for leadership in a moment like this.
Hawkeyes down by 5, left side with it. Van Geitenbeek now back up on top. Talia Scott guarded by Feuerbach now. 14 on the shot clock, driving in. Scott twisting, turning inside through a double team, putting it up and good. And the 7-point lead for Baylor. Strimlow drives in across the lane. Now Feuerbach on the right wing. Bounce pass into Houston. Backside wide open. Hayden finishes it and contact. Left hand on the left side. Hayden goes to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
It's textbook. And Iowa's been running the triangle offense a little bit this year. They're mixing it up, but that is a look that they've had. And that's what we just saw executed to perfection by freshman Journey Houston, passing over to her sophomore post buddy, Ava Hayden, as she cut to the left block.
So Hayden, 9 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. The one here goes right through, and the Hawks are back within 4. 33-29, 8-10 and counting here in the third frame. As Scott will bring it up. Pass up top to Littlepage Bugs. Now Van Geitenbeek to the top of the key. 17 on the shot clock. Here's a handoff to Scott. Harassed by Feuerbach all the way in. Throws it up off the back of the rim. No good. Hayden gathers the rebound. The Hawkeyes looking to push the pace here. Strimlow up top with it. Behind the back dribble. Looking for help. Feuerbach comes to get it from the extended right wing. 7:40 and counting. Here's Hayden. Aggressive move all the way in. Left hand. No good. Curls off the backside of the rim. Feuerbach coming. Almost picked the pocket of Scott, and she held on to it. 7.5 to go. 33-29 still Baylor. Driving baseline. Scott, right corner, 3 ball. No good. Bounces off the back of the rim. Pinballed around. Secured by Baylor. Put up. That's no good, but a foul going to come. And 2 shots coming here for Bella Fauntleroy. Didn't look like much contact there as Fauntleroy will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I didn't see the contact on that one actually at all. You know, there's been a lot of high contact plays tonight, but that really didn't seem to be one of them. However, good defense from Iowa for the most part the last couple of possessions.
Fauntleroy, 2 points so far. Nothing from the free throw line. And she'll have 2 here. Fauntleroy coming in a 90% free throw shooter, 9 of 10. First free throw. A good one more to come for Fauntleroy. She doesn't dribble, just takes a long pause with the basketball, a breath, and then shoots it and got that one to go. 35-29, back to 6. Hawkeyes trail with 7:10 and counting. Hayden double team, put it up in traffic, nothing doing. Houston tried to follow it up, but a rebound taken by Fauntleroy. Now hesitation dribble. This is off the foot of Scott. She comes up a little gimpy. She might have turned that left ankle. She is down in some pain, slow to get up. And they're going to try to keep her in to play through it right now. 35-29, Hawks by 6. Trail by 6 with 7 minutes to play in the third.
Go right at her. I mean, I
No doubt.
hate to be that person, but when you got somebody with a weak ankle right now, that's you go right at that individual.
Absolutely. Strimlow has it right side between the legs. Dribble gives it up to McCabe. Back to Taylor. Strimlow driving in, right elbow, looking for help. McCabe gets it. Right baseline. Short corner. Kicks it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Hayden goes strong. And a foul coming. Hayden will go to the line to shoot 2. Kayla Nelms in the way. The 6'1 sophomore. And Hayden on the line to shoot 2.
Well, I think that's a really good strategy for Iowa is to keep playing inside out. Feed Ava Hayden as much as possible. She's either drawing fouls or she will kick it back out. She's a very, very selfless basketball player. If she doesn't think she has something at the rim, she passes it back out. So for Iowa, especially right now with Taylor Stremlow taking over the point guard duties, she hasn't done that a lot so far this season. Feed your post, allow things to move around her, and then let her go to work down the block. She's the leading scorer in the game, and she's showing all the reasons why she's got 14 points a game on this season so far.
And Hayden with 2 more there, 11 points now on the night. And now a officials meeting here. All 3 officials come together right in front of us near the right elbow. And it's going to be a timeout. Perhaps a review of some sort again here. Coach Jensen not wondering what's going on. The explanation came from the officials, and Baylor head coach Mickey Collin not happy. 35-31, the 4-point lead here. That was mysterious.
Well, I think what Nikki Collin was asking for was an offensive foul on Ava Hayden. She's frustrated that they actually sent her to the free throw line. The difference is, John, these coaches are always going at these reps. You can just hear it in this gym because there's not as many people as usual.
So capacity of 5,000, not quite that here tonight. Hawkeyes have a great contingency of fans here, though. There's a jumper from right elbow, no good. A foul going to be called. Pushing foul on the rebound call. It's coming up with the foul was Nelm. She pushed off and got the ball. And we go back the other way. The 4th foul on Kayla Nelms, and the Baylor bench beside themselves. Hawks trail by 4, 6:24 to go here in the third.
Well, Iowa really needs to capitalize right here. It feels like one of those moments with the 2 consecutive fouls going their way.
Hannah Stalkey back in the game. That's a great sight for the Hawkeyes. Left in the late second quarter with a left leg injury on a play near the basket. Now inside, one-on-one, going up, ball knocked away, a foul called. Double arms bent over, extended, and made contact. Called on to Baylor, Bella Fauntleroy, the 6-foot senior. And again, Baylor didn't think there was any contact there and nothing doing.
No,
Different from our perspective.
Yeah, neither team is really ever, no one ever thinks they fouled. But you're right. You explained it perfectly. You have to have your arms straight up when you break the plane and you go. It's called the principle of verticality.
Yes.
You got to stay vertical. Once you don't do that, that whistle is going to be blown every single time. So I love it, though. Go straight to Hannah, her first possession back in the game. She sinks the first free throw.
She was hungry. You could tell. The first free throw good. One more. No good. Too strong at the back of the iron. Rebounded by Baylor. Here come the Bears. Down by 3 of the Hawkeyes. 35-32. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the third. Right side now driving top of the key. Little Paige Buggs gets rid of it. Back to Buggs for a long 2. No good. Off the backside. Corralled by Hayden. Here comes Feuerbach. Kylie. Hand off to Stremlow. Taylor puts it on the hardwood. Now Hayden. Elbow jumper. Rattles around, kisses the window, and falls on down. Ava Hayden feeling it. 14 points on the night. She's got her average.
And again, a variety of ways. She's stretched that range, and it's made her really difficult guard for these post players.
And the Hawks within one, 35-34 Baylor, 5:15 and counting in this third frame. Up top, now right side. Driving, and a blocking foul going to be called on Feuerbach. Didn't get her feet there in time. As a baseline inbounds underneath coming for the Bears. Bella Fauntleroy, the offensive player. Talia Scott back in for Baylor. Baseline inbounds underneath. Shot clock reset to 20. 5:10 to go in the third. 35-34. Bears with the advantage. Right side now back right wing. Scott, a jumper to the free throw lane. No good off the mark right side. Rebounded skied for by McCabe. Taylor brings it up over the half-court line. Now right side to Feuerbach. Kylie bounce pass inside. Hayden back to Kylie on the baseline. Double team there. Back out to Hayden in the lane for a jumper. No good. Left short. Crashing in there. Going to be a foul call on Ava Hayden. And securing the rebound in front of her was Little Paige Buggs. And we go back the other way, and we have immediate timeout with 4:44 to go in this third frame. Hawkeyes within one, 35-34. Hawk fans, compassionate help anytime, anywhere. Call or text 988. Lifeline 988. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle cost-effective alternate fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Happy Honda Days are here. The best time to save on a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer. See big savings on all certified pre-owned Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Plus, you're Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine Honda parts. To save on a certified pre-owned Honda, search your local Honda dealer today.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawkeyes fighting back, a little short-handed, battling through some injury adversity here tonight. Hannah Stolke is back. Chit-chat right there without her services right now. She took a hard fall early on in this third quarter. 4:44 to go in this third frame, as we will get back to action shortly here. As Hawkeyes staying right there, only a point down here to number 7 Baylor. And as I said, Catherine, just fighting any way you can, having other players kind of step up here. Ava Hayden leading the way with 14 points.
Ava Hayden leading the way, but we also have to talk about the players that are filling Chit Chat's role, that filled Hannah Stolke's role while she was out for much of the end of the first half and then the beginning of the second quarter. So that's Taylor Stremlow taking over big minutes. It's Journey Houston taking over big minutes. And that's what really a true team can do, is have people fill in when their number is called. So yes, you love what you're seeing out of Ava Hayden. 14 points, doing that on 5 of 10 shooting. She'd like to see a few more of those go in. Coach Jensen's always looking for her post to shoot it, probably 8 out of 10, but I will say Ava's stretched her range a little bit, maybe responsible for a couple of those misses. And then also you notice that at the half, Talia Scott had 16 for Baylor, and now she's sitting at 18. So she only scored 2 points in the first 5 minutes of this half. Really good job by Iowa to slow her down a little bit on the offensive end.
Hopefully they can keep with that theme here as we resume. 4:44 to go in the third. 35-34, Baylor the advantage. Scott will bring it up. Feuerbach Stolke, McCabe, Hayden, and Strimlow, the 5 for the Hawks. Nice pass inside, but left it long on the backside. But then Baylor gets the rebound of the missed shot by Fauntleroy. Here's a shot right side. Fauntleroy, it's tapped out and secured by Little Page Bugs. Now 17 of the shot clock. Scott driving, left short corner, backs it out, left corner. Driving back again on Stolke, one-on-one. Near travel there, put it up. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Strimlow. And the Hawkeyes will have it. Left side, McCabe. Taylor surveying from the left wing, extended. Strimlow up top. Now, Feuerbach has it. Kylie puts on the floor. Goes in, no good. Too hard off the glass. The ball is last touched by Baylor. It'll stay baseline inbounds underneath. The officials conferring here to get the shot clock. Right now they have it at 15. Officials all conferring. And we're good to go. 15 of the shot clock. 3:53 to go in this third quarter. Feuerbach triggering the inbounds. Gets it in left side. McCabe quick three. No good off the front of the rim. Pinballed out. Taken by Baylor. It's going to be a foul. Incidental contact. Strimlow came for the ball and got in the way of Michaela Johnson, the guard. As Strimlow will pick up her second foul. Team foul number 4 on the Hawks. Baylor has 5. 3:48 to go in the third. Baylor the 1-point advantage. Talia Scott will bring it up. Leads the game with 18 points. Right side, all the way in, put up, and a foul called as Feuerbach took a swat at the ball and got a piece of the face of Scott as she hits the deck. The whistle comes as the 2-shot foul coming for Talia Scott.
Well, Kylie has guarded as good of players as they come, and you can tell how quick Talia Scott is because she can even get a first step on a defender that moves as well laterally as Kylie does. Yeah, like you said, just a little, she was going for the basketball, totally unintentional, but Kylie did catch a little bit of Scott's face, just kind of got her eye watering, which, yeah, everybody knows once your eye starts watering, that's just the worst.
Yes, especially if you have contacts and you got to deal with that mess. As 4 fouls now on Feuerbach. She's out. Emily Rodriguez will come in. That kind of snuck up on us. She's got 4 already. And now they're reviewing here to make sure it was nothing intentional, I'm guessing here, with 3:37 to go. What'd you hear?
Like you said, anytime there's contact to the face, they go to the monitor and look to see if it is anything more than just a basketball play. I would be shocked if they were to come away with any other ruling on this one, but
sure.
Due diligence.
3:37 to go in the third. 35-34 Baylor by 1. Hawk fans throughout the season join Iowa head coach Jan Jensen for Hawk Talk with Rob Brooks, presented by Oaknall Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Hawk Talk with Coach Jensen takes place weekly from 6 to 7 o'clock. You can visit HawkeyeSports.com to view the full schedule. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball all season long, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uienergycollaborative.com. John Swisher, Catherine Reynolds, courtside here at the State Farm Fieldhouse. WBCA Showcase, second year of this event. It's the second game of 6 games. Hawkeyes have tomorrow off and will play their second and final game coming up on Saturday night. 7 o'clock back at Iowa, 8 o'clock local time, as the opponent will be the Hurricanes of Miami, who won their first game earlier tonight. They beat Davidson 66-58. Elsewhere on the scoreboard, the Iowa men victorious over Chicago State back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena tonight, winning 93-54. The Iowa volleyball team out in Nebraska fell to the Cornhuskers 3-0, 25-15, 25-21, and 25-18. The High school football finals inside the Unidome in Cedar Falls, day 1 of 2. 4 games today, 3 tomorrow. 8-player went to Algona. Bishop Garrigan won a comeback, 22 points down in the second half of that ball game. Came back to win 44-42. MMCRU claimed the Class A crown, winning 30-17 over St. Ansgar. West Lyon in overtime, thrilling fashion over Iowa City Regina, 34-27 for the Class 1A title. And currently going on right now into the third quarter, Cedar Rapids Xavier, number 1, is taking down Pella, the 4th-ranked team, 31-6 late in the fourth quarter. Here it's 35-34 Baylor, 3:37 to go in the third frame in this top 20 matchup here from the Fieldhouse. Could you hear anything what the official was telling the TV crew?
I really couldn't hear the official, but from the hand motions I saw them signaling to the sideline, free throws and then the sideline, indicating that they must have upgraded it if Baylor's getting the basketball back. So I hope I'm wrong, but reading the context clues, it looks like that's what they were signaling. Anytime they talk for this long, it's not a good sign.
No, it's not. They're getting all the details worked out. That's tough to call something more than that when you're going for the ball and just waving the long outstretched arm and long fingers of Feuerbach caught the face of the outstanding Talia Scott. 35-34 Baylor with 3:37 to go. So Scott will be on the line by herself. Shooting the technical here as the music is shut off, and Scott will be on the line. First free throw is right through. Scott with 19 points now. She's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Second one is up and right through as well. So Scott adds to the lead. And it's a 3-point advantage for Baylor, 37-34. Just over 3.5 to play in this third period. Scott has it up top. Guarded by McCabe. Back to Fauntleroy. Strimolo has her. Right side. Johnson. They swing it back up with 17 on the shot clock. Here's a pass deflected away. Stalky almost got a fingernail on it. Here's a 3 by Scott. No good off the backside. The rebound put up, and a foul going to be coming on Emily Rodriguez, battling the offensive player, Dariana Littlepage Bugs. And 2 shots will be coming here.
Kind of interesting. Iowa was in a zone for the first time all evening, that possession that we just saw. So very interested to see if they stick with that as a way to sort of protect the fouls, continue to box out, that type of thing, or if that was just a one and done.
No good off the back of the iron here for Littlepage Bugs. The first trip to the free throw line. She has not scored yet tonight, coming in averaging 3 points a game, 6'1" senior. No good off the mark right side. Stalky with the rebound, up ahead to Strimlo. It's Strimlo, Rodriguez, Stalky, Hayden, and McCabe, the 5 for the Hawks, with just over 3 to go here in this quarter number 3. 15 on the shot clock. Rodriguez guarded by Littlepage Bugs. Now driving all the way in, left hand, left side. Got the curl on down after a kiss to the back of the rim. Hawkeyes back within 1.
Emily's resilient going to the rim, and nobody ever stepped up and stopped her.
Yeah,
so although she struggled a little bit in the first half, I like that take. And we see Iowa here now staying in that 2-3 zone.
Skip pass left side. Here's a 3 ball. No good off the back of the rim by Fauntleroy. Hawks get the rebound. McCabe gets rid of it to Strimlo. 37-36. Here's Strimlo for a 3 ball. Count it! Taylor Strimlo gives the Hawkeyes a lead, 39-37 with 2.5 to go.
Strimlo's such a rhythm player, and when she gets a little bit of momentum, you never know when that thing might fly.
Ball knocked away by Hayden on the pass into the right block from the right wing. Good aggressive long arm. Batted away by Ava Hayden. Baseline inbounds underneath. Hawkeyes have the spark now as a substitution coming in. Yutang Dang, the 6'2 sophomore. Transfer from Auburn back in as Littlepage Bugs will take a breather.
Well, they brought her in to try to get some offense. Baylor, no field goals made in the last 6 minutes.
And this ball's fumbled away, but getting it back to the top of the key before McCabe could get to his Van Geitenbeek. Here's a three right side. No good by Scott. Hawks have it. Strimlow, left side to Rodriguez. Batted away, trying to force it into Hayden. It was tipped out of there by Kyla Abram. Hawks by 2. 150 and counting here in this third quarter. Dangerous pass. Rodriguez almost got there, but Baylor still has it. 15 on the shot clock. Scott now inside. Turnaround jumper. No good. Too hard off the back of the rim. There by Fauntleroy. And the Hawkeyes will bring it back up. 1.5 to go in the third frame. 39-37. Hawks have the 2-point advantage. Strimlow left wing. Gonzalez now up top. Right side to Stolke. Back to Rodriguez from the right wing. Left to right-handed. Trying to force it in. It's tipped away. They had Stolke one-on-one. The bench telling her to get it to her, but by that time it was too late. The long arms of Baylor's defense got in the way.
Now, as they say, it's just telegraphed. It was staring exactly where she wanted to go and threw it right into the defender's hands. But good news is this 2-3 zone has been extremely effective for Iowa on the other end.
Driving in Scott. Kicking it back out. 3 ball. No good. Left short. McCabe gathers the board. Under 50 seconds to play. Hawks lead by 2. McCabe looking. Hayden. One-on-one. Post presence calling for the basketball. McCabe shied away from it. Strimlow up top. Driving. Near double dribble. Contact there. Nothing doing. She puts it up off the glass and good. Taylor Strimlow got it to go. Hawks back up by 4.
I love watching that kid play. I mean, she did all but lose the basketball, and then sees her defender hit the deck, goes up with a by herself right-hand layup. Why not?
That's how you draw it up, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't have to be pretty. 15 seconds to go. Hawks by 4, 41-37. 10 seconds to play. The Hawkeye faithful, there's a lot of them in the black and gold across from us, behind the benches, on their feet. Little jumper, 14-footer. Got it to go to Van Geitenbeek. Here's a half quarter by Strimlow. Short. And that's the way our third quarter comes to a close. 41-39, Hawkeyes by 2. Hawk fans at the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, combine it with natural spices, and you get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Hawks lead 41-39. A fresh 10 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter on the way. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Craving something sweet? Step into the flavor of a good old-fashioned bake sale, Quick Star style. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our premium donuts. Choose from Quick Star's fluffy long johns, rich Persians, classic Bismarcks, or ring donuts. So delicious, just like the ones at your hometown bake sale. Do you remember those fresh oven-baked cookies your grandma used to make? So good. Well, the Quickery's got them. Our cookies are just like the ones from back in the day. Let's head straight to the bake sale, only at Quick Star. Treat yourself today.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank, simply better banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Hawkeyes lead by 2, 41-39. We're back inside the State Farm Fieldhouse. John Swisher, Catherine Reynolds. On this Thursday night, Hawkeyes in the first game of the WBCA Showcase, taking on number 7, Baylor. we get ready for the fourth quarter. They continue to find a way here as playing through adversity, playing through the loss of a couple players. Again, our thoughts are with Chit Chat Wright, who left early on the third quarter, coming down to the ground hard after a collision under the basket. Hannah Stolke is back in after a first half injury, leaving the game. But here are the Hawkeyes up by 2 as we enter the final period.
Well, I just laughing, John, because all they're doing in here is playing a State Farm ad that Caitlin's in, and you hear the crowd cheering, glued to the TV. And I've had multiple people come up to me just since we got here to Orlando and say that they became a basketball fan because of Caitlin. And I know she gets talked about a lot, but it is the coolest thing to hear that. It's men, it's women, it's kids. She turned them into basketball fans, and what a compliment to pay somebody and what an impact she's had. So I apologize that was not an answer about the third quarter, but just wanted to shout out what was happening down here in Orlando. And like you said, definitely sending good vibes and good energy to Chit Chat. Hopefully just had the wind knocked out of her and caught her off guard. And great to see Hannah Stolke back here to start the fourth quarter and playing substantial minutes in the third.
Hawkeyes with the 2-point lead. A lot of Hawkeye fans we mentioned. The transplants down here and other ones that became Hawk fans because of the aforementioned Caitlin Clark through the last number of years. Hawkeyes on defense starting this fourth quarter, going right to left Baylor. A little contact from behind. Emily Rodriguez is going to be called for the holding foul underneath. That's keeping the offensive player from getting the ball. It'll be baseline inbounds underneath for Baylor here. McCabe, Hayden, Stolke, Rodriguez, and Strimlow, the 5 for the Hawks. Kylie Feuerbach on the bench with 4 fouls. Right side, here's a 3. Scott got it.
And she had Hannah Stolke in her face, but that corner 3, she had her feet set, and she knew she was going up with it. Man, Talia Scott can score.
23 points. That's her 4th triple of the game. And Baylor retakes the lead, 42-41. Left short corner. Rodriguez dead with the basketball. Now gets it back after a short, quick pass to Stolke. Rodriguez now trying to make something off the dribble. In the lane, contact, a flop there. Oh, they're going to call the offensive foul. Just a little contact, but a hard flop by Bella Fauntleroy, and she earned the offensive foul. She sold it to the official.
I was just about to compliment that they 2 other times so far haven't given Baylor the flop, and it's been very clear. And that one it was. The contact happens, and 2 seconds later they fly to the floor in an unnatural fashion. But anyway, I'll get off that soapbox.
Life goes on here as the Hawkeyes playing through it, down by 1, 42-41, just under 9 to play. Here's a pass inside. Hayden touched it. It was off of the offensive player, Abram, and then Hayden stumbled off her balance. The ball went off of her. Now Feuerbach in. Rodriguez will take a breather with 8:53 to go in this fourth quarter. Hawks trail by 1, 42-41. This back and forth top 20 matchup here. The highlight of this tournament, the WBCA Showcase. Right side as Dang in there. Ball knocked away by Taylor Strimlow. Just stole it from Van Guyton as she hit the floor. Nice pass ahead as Hayden left it short on the left side and couldn't get to go. Left hand on the left side, and the Hawks get back on defense. 8.5 to go. Van Guytenbeek up top to Fauntleroy. Here's Dang for a 3. McCabe getting to her too late. Off the back of the rim, though. Hayden will gather the rebound. Left side is Strimlow. Surveying. Right-handed hit by dribble. Now into Stolke. Back out to Feuerbach. Kylie puts it on the floor. Skip pass to McCabe. She secures it. Now needs help as she used her dribble. Gets it off to Strimlow for a 3. Got it to go. Taylor Strimlow comes up again. Hawkeyes back up by 2.
Heads up play from the Taylors on this right wing. There was a miscommunication in the defenders. Strimlow was all by herself. She took her time, knocks down another 3. She's playing really good minutes.
Inside left elbow. Now driving, putting it up under the backboard. Now a rebound, a foul going to be called. As getting the ball was Kyla Abrams. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Baylor on a 2:02 scoring drought here. Now the Bench 5 fouls on, it was on Kylie. Kylie Feuerbach appearing to foul out here with 5 fouls. As coming back in will be Addie Deal, and Layla Hayes is in as Hayden will take a breather. So more adversity for the Hawks. We'll have to play through it with Kylie Feuerbach fouling out of the game with 3 points.
That was another one. I really didn't see the contact. If there was any, it was minimal. But, I've watched a lot of Kylie Feuerbach basketball, John. I've never seen her foul out of a game. Yeah. So interestingly enough. But anyway, it's like you said, it's how you respond.
No good on the free throws. The Hawkeyes come back with it. Deal has it. Right side to Taylor McCabe. Right in front of us in the right wing. 7.5 to play. Hawks by 2. This is Hayes. We had a good game against UNI last Saturday. 14 points, 7 rebounds. This ball's knocked away. Pinball around. Stokey, look at I found. Great pass. It was Strimlow again. Off the glass and good by Hannah Stokey. Hawks up by 4.
Strimlow finds a way to make something out of nothing, John. That ball was pinballing around up in the air, and she kind of one-hand tap passes it to Stokey on the right block. You got to love the resilience of this Hawkeye lineup.
So the Hawkeye defense trying to come up with stops here. Deal. Guarding Van Geitenbeek. Now right side, long distance 3 ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net by Talia Scott. Back to a 1-point game. 6:50 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Hawks lead 46-45. Inside of Stolke from McCabe left wing. Stolke back up top to Deal. Addie, right side pass to Strimlow on the right wing. Now Stolke will take the 16-footer. Got it to go. Hawks back up by 3, 48-45.
Great answer from Stolke. She stepped right into that. Again, that's that triangle offense action that we've seen out of Iowa, and these posts are really thriving in it.
And here's another 3 up and good.
Talia Scott, one pass, just let it fly quick. Didn't even have to have any screening action for her. She can just shoot the ball flat out.
And we are tied up. Driving, Hayes blocked out of there. Nothing called. We go back the other way. Scott has it. Hesitation dribble behind the back. Now passes it right side. Van Geitenbeek. We're tied up at 48. Here's a long distance 3 again by Scott. Little contact called on Deal. 3 shots, and Scott threw her body out of bounds, selling that one for sure. There was a little contact by Deal, but not a lot. And Scott earns herself a trip to the line as she'll go and shoot 3.
Really too bad, because that was absolutely just a heat check for Talia Scott. She just launched it because she knows she made the last 2 in a row. And like you say, a little bit of contact from Addie Deal, but right in front of the official, and they'll protect shooters. That's, that's part of the rule book. You got to let them land.
Coach Jensen talking to the officials. Scott with the first free throw, 2 more to come. 5:49 to go here in the fourth. Coach Jensen pleading that she kicked her foot out and drew the contact. Second one is good. She'll have 1 more. 50-48 Baylor, 5:49 to go here in this ball game. Scott, the third one right through. 31 points for Talia Scott now, coming in averaging 25. Deal gets it into Stolke, right block. Back out to McCabe. Hawks down by 3, 5:35 and counting here in the fourth. Hayes sets a screen. McCabe goes right to left. Strimlow thought about it. Shoots the 3, no good. Stolke trying to tip it. It's going to be tipped by Baylor, though, and out of bounds off of Dariana Littlepage Buggs. It'll be baseline inbounds underneath as Emily Rodriguez back in, and Ava Hayden as well for the Hawks, as Deal and Hayes will head to the sideline.
Well, that was a big effort, second effort there from Hannah Stolke to keep this Iowa's possession after the missed 3 by Taylor Strumlow. And every possession matters in this game. And so I talk about it pretty much every game, John, but it's just so true when you value every single one. It's those little things that add up. So the second effort to go after the O board, huge from Hannah Stolke.
So now the officials saying that shot clock should have not gone to 20. It's at 10 now. So the Hawks will have that to work with 5:29. Now Coach Jensen was questioning something. The far side official coming in to talk to the baseline official who's triggering the inbounds. 5:29 to go in the ball game. 51-48. Now the official will head to the table to sort this out. So Hawkeyes trailing by 3. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, Hawk fans, no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. All right, we're ready to go. They get it back to 20 on the shot clock. Here's McCabe, right side, dribbles it back up top. Left side pass to Strimlow. Taylor surveying with a right-handed thigh-high dribble. Right side of Rodriguez, guarded by Van Geitenbeek. Here's Hayden, right elbow. 8 on the shot clock. Drives in, puts it up through the contact, off the glass, and good. Ava Hodden with a powerful move that time. Hawks back within 1.
I love it, and she knows Abraham has those 3 fouls and doesn't want to foul again. Great attack with some enthusiasm from Ava Hayden, who I think is making a case to be one of the best post players at this point in her career in an Iowa jersey in a long time.
No doubt about it. She got a rebound there, the 6'4" sophomore. Gathered the rebound. Scott, who missed the floater on the left side with the right hand, came behind and shoved her, and the Hawks will come back with it. Just the first team foul, the 4th for Baylor. Hawks have 4. Hawks down by 1, 51-50, just under 5 minutes to play. There's some contact, too much. McCabe trying to run to the right elbow, and Jana Van Geitenbeek frustrated with the foul, but displacing the offensive player as McCabe was trying to run through the middle of the lane, and Van Geitenbeek didn't let her, and we're going to have a media timeout. With 4:52 to go here in this 4th quarter, 51-50, Baylor the advantage. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield. Back in here to the State Farm Fieldhouse. John Swisher, Catherine Reynolds here from Kissimmee, Florida. Hawkeyes trailing 51-50 to Baylor in this one. So the Hawkeyes battling here tonight. Kylie Fierbach is fouled out, playing without Chit Chat Rank, the 5'4" sophomore, averaging 14 points a game. As she left the contest early in the 3rd quarter, as crashing to the floor hard on a play under the basket right in front of the Hawkeye sideline. As a 4:52 point here in this 4th quarter, and the Hawks trailing by 1, Catherine.
Well, the fight in this Iowa team is what I think has been most exciting. No matter what happens in this next 4:52, you're really thrilled with what you've seen out of the lineup. And, really, I think all it comes down to here at the end of this game, and although I know there's lots of capable scorers on this Baylor offense, it's slowing down Talia Scott. Yeah. Don't ever leave her side. And even when you're in that zone, you just have to be constantly communicating about where she is, because she's finding little gaps. She got the corner 3 when the Iowa was in the zone. So all it comes down to here is, it's extra possessions and finishing every possession with the box out, finding their shooters, namely Talia Scott. And then again, on the offensive end, I think you just have to continue to play through Ava Hayden, who is the leading scorer for Iowa in this game. And then also to keep the ball in Taylor Stremlow's hands. She's really growing up right before her eyes, as we say. And really excited about the things we've seen out of Stremlow so far in this game. She's got 8 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist, but her impact is far, far greater than that in this basketball game.
Ava Hayden leading the way with 16 points, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 of 12 from the field. Talia Scott, who Catherine was alluding to, 32 points, 10 of 21 for the field, 6 of 13 from the three-point land, and 6 of 7 from the free throw stripe. As the Hawkeyes come back out of their timeout, now they regroup, and the 5 of them get into a little huddle, and Strimlow and Stalkey leading the conversation. Hayden, McCabe, and Rodriguez also on the floor for the black and gold. 4:52 to go in the ball game. 51-50. Baylor has the 1-point advantage. Rodriguez will trigger the inbounds right in front of us. Strimlow has it. Right elbow with 16 on the shot clock. Hayden now looking. Gets it to Strimlow. Right in front of us. Extended right wing. 10 on the shot clock. Nice pass inside. Hayden again. Turn around. Drop step off the glass. Makes it look so quick and so easy.
She is so quick and is making it look so easy. She is that strong and fast. It was a beautiful set play execution with Taylor McCabe setting the back screen for Hayden. Her cutting to the right block and getting the finish.
52-51. Hawks back up by a point. Right side with it. Crossover dribble, Van Geitenbeek. Now dribbles it left-handed, hip high, out to the top of the key. 5 on the shot clock. Left side. Hesitation. Step back. Baseline jumper. Short change that one, and going to be a shot clock violation, a travel called. Anyway, and we go the other way. Kyla Abraham came down with it, took an extra step as the shot clock buzzer was ringing.
Well, this zone defense has been a game changer for Iowa. They went to it about halfway through the third quarter, and it has really slowed things down for Baylor. And you can tell they're just talking about where Talia Scott is, trying to have someone else prove it and score for Baylor.
The Hawkeyes have the lead by 1. 6 lead changes now. The game's been tied 3 times. Here's McCabe, has it knocked away, but it's go out of bounds off the hustling Jana Van Geitenbeek. As a substitution, Bella Fauntleroy comes back in. 52-51, 3:52 to go in the ball game. Hawks will have it sideline and bounds right in front of their bench as Emily Rodriguez will do the honors. Looking, gets it in to McCabe, can't get it. Right in front of us, McCabe. Able to throw it back into Hayden. Taylor backed up top with 8 on the shot clock. Rodriguez thought about it, now driving in, puts it up in traffic, no good off the left side. And Baylor comes up with it. Here come the Bears, 3.5 to go, 52-51. A low-scoring affair for these two teams, which we expected to be. Baylor coming in averaging 74 a game, the Hawkeyes 95 a game, allowing 48 points a game defensively. Baylor is allowing 53. Here's a jumper, no good. Off the mark, left elbow by Little Page Bugs. Off the right side, rebounded by the Hawks. Rodriguez has it, right wing. 3 and change to go. McCabe wide open 3, skip pass, no good off the backside. Ball's going to bound out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball.
That was a really nice flare screen. It was a heads-up play by Ava Hayden trying to set up her shooter, Taylor McCabe. So flare screen action, nice skip pass, and McCabe's going to hit a lot of those, shooting at 41% on the year from 3. Just that one just didn't go down.
3 minutes to play in the ball game. Hawkeyes, the 1-point advantage, 52-51. Scott has it up top, guarded by Strimlow. Right side, thought about it. Then Geitenbeek, but Rodriguez got right to her. Here's a jumper from 16. Beyond the free throw line, no good. Off the mark, left side, attempted by Little Page Bugs. McCabe will bring it up. Right side of Rodriguez. Emily puts on the floor, left-handed hip-high dribble, gives it off to Hayden. Shovel pass back to Rodriguez. She'll dribble it all the way in, off the glass, no good. Juggled around to the hands of Abram, now losing out of bounds off of Baylor. Hawkeye basketball.
A fortuitous bounce there, because really that should have been going Baylor's direction. However, we will take it any way we can get it. Iowa basketball underneath.
Abram claiming to the official that she got hit on the arm, but no can do. Hawkeyes lead by 1, 52-51, 2.5 to play in the contest. Hawks trying to stay unbeaten, pull off the ranking upset of number 7 Baylor. Left side, McCabe. Pass to Hayden. Now a handoff. McCabe takes a long 2. No good. Curls around, but fronts a rebound. Going reverse, no good by Hayden. Off balance. It goes out the backside, and Baylor comes back with it. Scott, but before she shot it, no good anyway, but a timeout coming. A timeout on the floor for Baylor. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 2:04 to go in the contest, 52-51. What do you think Coach Collin and company are setting up here? Want to set things up and quiet things down as Scott was about to launch a 29-footer.
Well, I think what she's talking about is, in drawing up, is a set for this zone defense. It's been 3 minutes and 45 seconds since Baylor has scored against it. And I don't know that Scott has taken a field goal in that time. She has been the key all night long. As you said, she's got 32 points. So I wouldn't actually be shocked if Iowa changed their defense right now, thinking that they called that to set up a zone play. That being said, you roll the dice if you do that because the zone has been so effective.
Top of the 10 o'clock hour back home, just after 11 o'clock here in Kissimmee, Florida. You're listening to Hawkeye Women's Basketball. (52-51). Iowa by 1, just under 2 to play. Up top, now back left side. Left corner for a 3-ball. Scott, no good. Hits the left side of the glass and rebounds out. Rodriguez has it. Fast break, 1-on-1, all the way in. Right hand, left side. Got it to go. Hawks up by 3. And a steal on the inbounds. McCabe just picked it off. Up and good off the glass. Baylor calls the timeout. Hawks up by 5.
Huge swing for the Hawkeyes. First, that's where Rodriguez is best, is when she's got a full head of steam and she's taking it coast to coast. Beautiful step-through move to finish with her right hand on the left side. And then the heads-up play from Taylor McCabe, which you usually see her good for once every few games, stealing the inbound pass and putting it up for 2. So what a swing for Iowa, now up 5 with 1:38 to go.
And Baylor was just confused, not expecting any pressure. Perhaps the inbounder just threw it right into the hands of Taylor McCabe.
Well, they hadn't seen it all night, right? You know,
Sure.
Iowa is not a pressing team. It's not quite the situation in the game yet where you would go to a full court press. So just a totally heads-up play by the senior engineering student, Taylor McCabe. No surprise there.
Headsy move by number 2. Hawk fans with RE/MAX, it's more than numbers on a contract. It's about trust, honest advice, and expert guidance because numbers count. Trust matters. RE/MAX, official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. All right, here we go. A minute and a half to go. All the way in. High off the window. No good. Stalky as Baylor pressing here, and the Hawkeyes will come back with it. Strimlow over the timeline. Right side pass to McCabe. Hawks up by 4, 1:15 to go in the ball game. Hyden with the handoff. Rodriguez left side, now dribbles it out. Emily Rodriguez has stepped up and helped out here tonight as well with the absence of Chit Chat Wright leaving the game early in the third frame. Rodriguez directing offense, wanting help. Backside, Stolke can't handle the pass as she got behind her defender, but lost it out of bounds.
Well, the only good thing about that is that they took 30 seconds off the clock. You know, for the first time all game, Iowa was in a position to kill clock, and although they turned it over, they did do that.
50 seconds to play. Hawkeye faithful all around us on their feet here inside the State Farm Fieldhouse all the way in. Put up, no good. Off the back rim, pinballed around, and the Hawks have it. Rodriguez twisting, turning move all the way in. Spin around move. She threw it up off balance, and Baylor will come back with it. As now Baylor with 30 seconds to go, down by 5.
Wow, not what you wanted to do there. You know.
Here's a deep 3, Scott, no good. And Baylor has gone cold shooting, and Coach Jensen will take the timeout. A teaching lesson for Rodriguez, the sophomore there, as Coach Jensen telling her, just calm down, relax here. We got a 5-point lead, and now a timeout to remind them at a 30-second timeout with 20 seconds to go. Hawks by 5.
Well, fortuitous yet again, John, because Baylor came down and missed. Iowa secured the rebound right away. But before that, yeah, Rodriguez just in the flow of the game, heat of the moment, put a couple spin moves on him, put on a clinic, actually, of spin moves, but then goes down, misses a layup. All that Iowa wants to do in that scenario is hold the basketball and force Baylor to foul them. So, you know, it's kind of exciting, though, in a way, to know that Iowa has this clean canvas of this new team, and there's so many learning moments happening. When they go back and watch the film, hopefully, you know, if things go well here in this next 20 seconds, they go watch a film of a win and still get to learn from things like that.
Indeed, always better after a W. Up by 5, 20.6 away from it, and an upset of number 7, Baylor. Stolke looking. Up top to McCabe. Taylor to Strimlow, and a foul comes. So it'll only be the third team foul on Baylor. So sideline out of bounds for the Hawks with 18.7 in this fourth quarter.
I try to play a little bit of keep away, take a few more seconds off that clock.
Stolke gets it into Rodriguez, and she's fouled right away. The foul coming on the far side by Little Page Bugs. 18 seconds to go. Fourth team foul called on Baylor there. Stolke again will inbound it. Strimlow fouled right away. by Talia Scott. And Strimlow will go to the line. Strimlow, 1 of 2 from the free throw lane.
And those are her only free throws of the season.
Oh, wow.
So not a whole lot of sample size to pull from. But
so 50% tonight. And on the season, she books the first one. It's a 6-point lead, 57-51. 17.3 on this clock. Second one up, rattles around, pops out. Stalky hits it. And a quick timeout called by Baylor. 30-second timeout. Let's step out for station identification across the Hawkeye Radio Network. This is exciting. Hawkeye women's basketball. You're listening to it here from Learfield. .2 on the clock, 57-51. Hawkeyes moments away, hopefully their 5th win, staying unbeaten here in their first game of this WBCA showcase. First ever time for the Hawkeyes, the 2nd year of this showcase here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at the Walt Disney Resort, put on by the Orlando Sports Commission and ESPN. As Baylor has the basketball with 16.2 on the clock. Here you just want to play smart, straight up defense. You have 4 fouls, so don't foul them, right? Especially when they're shooting.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to foul. You certainly do not want to foul when they're taking a field goal, like we saw a couple times earlier in the basketball game. But if you're Baylor, you have to imagine they're going to Talia Scott. She will throw it up from anywhere. So, yeah, keep her in front of you and then box out. Finish everything with the box out. Secure the basketball and know Baylor is going to be coming after you. Basketball first, and then if they don't get that, they're going to be fouling. So hold on tight.
2 officials at the table looking over something here. Did they put more time on the clock or what they're doing here? Still 16.2, 57-51. Hawkeyes a 6-point advantage. Yeah, they did put 7/10 back on. 16.9 on the clock. Getting it in. Van Geitenbeek, right corner 3. No good off the side of the backboard. Penn ball's out. Here's Scott for a 3 ball. She falls down trying to draw a foul. And now it's going to be a foul, but underneath called. Rodriguez apparently. Holding foul called. Going for the rebound, Baylor. And now we should be shooting in the form of Baylor. It's Kayla Nelms, as Nelms no free throws on the season in the first 4 ball games. First free throw of the new year, and it's good. And it's a 5-point game. 57-52. Hawks, 7.7 to go in this ball game. Second one, no good. Too strong at the back of the rim. Rebounded by Stalky, and a timeout right away by Jan Jensen. I'm thinking a foul was going to come, but Coach Jensen didn't want to take the chance. A timeout coming here for the Hawkeyes. Full timeout with 7.1 to go. Hawks by 5. So here the coaching continues for Coach Jan Jensen and company, getting through the last 7.1 seconds of this ball game. Of course, Coach Sullivan, you see him in the huddle there. They're just going over the little things of what they're going to talk about when they get in the huddle, taking care of the basketball, being strong with the basketball, wait for them to foul you, and all those good things here, late game situation.
Yeah, you nailed it. And the interesting thing for me to kind of watch these dynamics, it's throughout the course of the game, every coach has their assigned area, whether it's defense, whether it's offense, whether it's, press or rebounding, whatever the case may be. And that's who's speaking. They have an order in which they're speaking so that it's not overwhelming for the head coach. And so now seeing that's their first close game, it's a staff that has 2 new members, 3, if you count Sydney and Fulter. So it's kind of interesting to watch those dynamics play out. However, it's a simple message right now. Sure. You're up 5. Get the basketball inbounded. Iowa has no timeouts left. They're certainly reminding them of that, not to call a timeout on accident, and get the ball in and then take the foul and go to make 2 free throws.
Just like the players in game situations, the coaches takes some time to get that chemistry. McCabe has it from Stolke, trying to follow her. They didn't do it. Rodriguez now, right side of Hayden. They're not going to follow her. They're going to let it go. And there it is. Zeros on the board, and the Hawkeyes have done it. 57-52. The 5-point win here in Florida for the Hawkeyes, moving to 5-0.
Huge win for the Hawks, and you can tell by their celebration. They're just a unit. They're forming it really early too. The only thing you're thinking in the way back of your mind is you saw Chit Chat Wright go down in the second half, and that was a scary fall. So you can bet that they're going to be celebrating out here on the court and then running back there to check on their teammate. But what a win. So happy for Coach Jensen getting a top 10 win on that resume.
No doubt about it. Hawkeyes, number 19, take down number 7 Baylor here tonight. We'll come back and break it all down in our postgame show. You're listening to Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Back in courtside, State Farm Fieldhouse in Kissimmee, Florida. Hawkeye fans are whooping up on the far side. A lot of them are here, outnumbering all the teams by quite a bit. Triple size the crowd, family and friends here down in the Florida area for this WBCA showcase a week before the Thanksgiving holiday. So Hawkeyes get the win, 57-52. And now the Hawkeye players coming back on the floor will high five all the fans. And what an effort by this Hawkeye team here tonight, getting the victory, coming all the way around the arena. Hawkeye fans that are here are getting high fives. And what an atmosphere here for Coach Jensen and company. As you talked about, getting the top 10 victory over number 7 Baylor here tonight. And the Hawkeyes doing it, playing through some adversity. Kylie Feuerbach fouled out of the game. They're without Stolke for a good part of this game there midway through, a second quarter injury. Without Chit Chat Wright, who left the game early in the third quarter. But the perseverance of this younger group mixed in there with those 4 seniors, what a job of getting this done.
Yeah, you nailed it. Again, I think about part of the reason that players want to come play at Iowa, and it's for this reason. It's that that about the sellouts at home games, but then you come to Orlando, Florida on a Thursday at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And the place is packed with Hawkeye fans that stick around to the final whistle. They're loud, they're on their feet, they're high-fiving the team afterwards, and you really just don't find that everywhere. Ask Baylor, who's here tonight.
Yeah.
They've got their families are here. That's great. But this Hawkeye Nation is just such a special fan base. And so thank you to those that are tuned in this evening or driving around or, wherever you may be. If you're still up with us, we thank you for listening and being part of this Hawkeye Nation that makes it so special to play at Iowa.
The Hawkeyes get the win, 57-52. We'll come back with our post-game stats brought to you by Hy-Vee, as this is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy.
We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just needs someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Hi, Hawk fans. Coach Kirk Ferentz here. For 40 years, our players have proudly worn the ANF logo to honor the hardworking farmers who keep this country growing. With fewer farmers working the land, their challenges are bigger, but their commitment never wavers. The Iowa Hawkeyes and the Iowa Farm Bureau are proud to stand with these dedicated families who feed and fuel our nation. Thanks for celebrating 40 years of America Needs Farmers. Let's keep standing strong for the people who keep us going strong. To learn more, visit americaneedsfarmers.org.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawkeye Basketball has been brought to you by Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. This is the Hawkeye Postgame Show.
Back into the State Farm Fieldhouse. John and Catherine starting to break this one down. Hawkeyes with a 5-point win tonight over Baylor, 57-52. Our post-game stat recap brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee, the official grocer partner of Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. A lot of smiles out here on the court after this one. So Hawkeyes get the win, Catherine, as we take a look at some numbers that made it all possible in the 5-point victory.
Yeah, well, with the Hawks, again, a low-scoring game for the way the season's been going so far. Iowa finishing with 57 points, but 5 more than they needed to take home the victory, shooting 34% from the field on 21 of 61 shooting, 36% from 3 on 5 of 14, and 63% from the free throw line, 10 of 16 shooting. Leading scorer on the night was Ava Hayden. She had 18 points on 7 of 14 shooting, was 4 for 5 from the free throw line, had a double-double as she had 11 boards to go along with her 18 points, and 3 of those were offensive. Coach Jay will love that. Ava also had 1 block and 3 assists, so you really got to be thrilled with what they're seeing out of their center sophomore. Second leading scorer was Taylor Stremlow. She played huge minutes tonight, filling in for Chit Chat Wright in her absence. She had 12 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound, a steal, and an overall huge impact. Lots of momentum plays out of Taylor Stremlow, as we've become so accustomed to seeing, diving on the floor, coming up with rebounds, all those type of things. For Baylor, they finished 29% from the field on 17 of 59, shooting 8 of 32 from 3 for 25%, and 10 for 17 from the free throw line, 59% total. Leading scorer for Baylor was Talia Scott, the outstanding redshirt sophomore, with 32 points on 10 of 25 shooting. That's a lot of shots. 6 for 16 from the free throw line, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And she had 3 boards to go along with it. And really behind her, the next scorer had 6, was the most. It was Jana Van Geitenbeek with 6 points. So not a whole lot of balance in the Baylor scoring line. Couple of other things of note: Iowa out-rebounding Baylor 47-41, 13-11 on the offensive glass. And then Iowa, I just want to point out, Iowa 26 paint points to Baylor's 12. That was a key difference in this basketball game and a huge win over Nova 7 Baylor for the Hawkeyes.
Yes, indeed. As we take a timeout, Catherine, the head off to the locker room. Oaknall's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and healthcare services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Oaknall is conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena in downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit Oaknall.com to learn more. Assistant coach Sean Sullivan will join me next. Postgame continues here. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Do you smell that? No, it's not just toast. That's the smell of your car payment becoming toast. Move your car loan to Community Choice and toast those payments for 99 days. Get started at unbankyourride.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Continuing to break down this 5-point win for the Hawkeyes, 57-52 over Baylor. Hawks move to 5-0, give Baylor their first loss at 4-1 in the third ever meeting between these two programs in women's basketball. The first regular season contest as the Hawkeyes now 2-1 against Baylor go along with those NCAA tournament games as the post-game show continues. Hawkeyes get the win over number 7 Baylor here tonight as assistant coach and general manager of the program, Sean Sullivan, in his second year back, the Iowa grad, joining me here courtside. And what a great, gutsy effort here for this team here tonight, just finding a way to get it done. A lot of ladies just stepping up and finding that way.
I think you just said it perfectly. Finding a way to get the job done. You know, sometimes it doesn't go your way, and we do such a great job with our culture of just the next person needs to stand up when we talk about really handing the baton off. And you got Taylor Shremlow, who did such a great job tonight. Even Journey Houston, just the minute she played, even if it was 5 to 6 or even 10, she comes in and just does what she's supposed to do. It was incredible tonight.
Indeed. And Coach Jensen has talked about getting ready for this game of this group. This is the first time this group's played Baylor, and being able to handle the adversity in the moment. And boy, did they do that with the injury to Hannah, the injury to Chit Chat, Kylie fouling out, all that. But somebody, as you said, stepped up and they found a way to get it done.
And I think that's what's great. One, give credit to Baylor. What a great team. That's why they're ranked the way they are. And it was just great to have that type of first environment. Shout out to all the Hawkeye fans here. It felt like a home game.
Yes.
And just to have that environment and to have that challenge, it was a tough match. We got, we were challenged, and we were able to answer that, and it felt great.
What else sticks out to you here, numbers-wise? Points in the paint, did a great job, 26-12.
Points in the paint was huge. Baylor did a good job. They scouted us pretty well on what we really like to do with our post players, but did well in the paint and also out-rebound them. I think we're really starting to take pride in rebounding. That's a very, very good team in the Big 12. So rebounding was huge for us. Gave us really good opportunities, chances. Looks like we had 9 points.
And not getting too down, not getting high or low in the situations. Went on some offensive scoring droughts there in the first half, a total of about 9 minutes combined, but never really got panicked, never folded, if you will. Just kept on fighting and finding a way.
Yeah, and I think that's what the good thing is. This is what we kind of practice. We do a lot of, you want to make a game like, and not being patient and just doing what you know and being really good at the basics, because when the time comes, like these type of situations where you don't score a lot, you just got to go back to what you're good at and just be patient. And like you said, buckets weren't there. We were getting some open shots, just the ball wasn't falling. So we just had to go back to what we're really good at.
Definitely a momentum builder here, confidence builder for this team moving forward to be able to get a win like this through the adversity here tonight. So only positives to build on.
Yes, positives. The one thing is, like we said, it's just we're gonna enjoy this one tonight. We got an early morning. Got to watch film on Miami, Florida. That's another great ACC team. They're a very, very well coached, and they're also have really good intensity on defense. So that's going to be another challenge for us.
Get ready for that game on Saturday night. Miami get the win earlier over Davidson. Coach, thanks for your time. Congrats on the win.
Hey, appreciate it, and go Hawks.
You betcha. Sean Sullivan, assistant coach for the Hawkeyes, with the W here tonight. Hawks get the win. Final score 57-52 here from Kissimmee, Florida. As we will have more on the postgame show. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Bluefield.
Hawkeye fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the Banks Student Living and Kirkwood Hotel. When visiting Eastern Iowa, stay at the Hotel at Kirkwood Center. This AAA 4-diamond luxury hotel was voted Best Banquet Event Facility of 2025 by Corridor Business Journal readers. Located near the Eastern Iowa Airport in downtown Cedar Rapids. Book your stay today at kirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank, simply better banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for nonstop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for nonstop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Welcome back in to the State Farm Fieldhouse here in Kissimmee, Florida. John Swisher along with you. Our postgame rolls on after the Hawkeyes win number 19 Iowa over number 7 Baylor tonight, 57-52. The final score in this one. Biggest lead for both teams, 7 points. Best scoring run, Hawkeyes 9 points in that fourth quarter. 11-point run for Baylor midway through the second frame. The lead changed 6 times. The score was tied 3 times in this ball game. Hawkeyes get the win, 57-52. A lot of exciting plays here tonight as we take a look at them. Tonight's precision plays of the game are brought to you by Civco Medical Solutions. Precision matters most when your loved one is undergoing an invasive procedure. For 40 years, Civco has been a trusted provider for image-guided procedures, counted on to deliver outstanding service and superior quality around the world. Civco Medical Services, making image-guided procedures safer. So we take a look at tonight's precision plays of the game. Here's a 3 deep from McCabe. Got it to go. Taylor McCabe gets the Hawks within 3. It's 23-20. 18 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away. Van Guyton being on the floor. Now diving on it. Strimlo just takes it away from her. On the floor sitting. Gets it to right for a 3 ball. Got it! Chit-chat. Dials long distance for the left wing. And the Hawks are tied at 23. Cabe gets rid of it to Strimlo. 37-36. Here's Strimlo for a 3 ball. Count it! Taylor Strimlo gives the Hawkeyes a lead. 39-37 with 2.5 to go. Strimlo up top, driving, near double dribble, contact there, nothing doing. She puts it up off the glass and good. Taylor Strimlo got it to go. Hawks back up by 4. Cade, she secures it, now needs help as she used her dribble. Gets it off to Strimlo for a 3. Got it to go. Taylor Strimlo comes up again. Hawkeyes back up by 2. We had a good game against UNI last Saturday. 14 points, 7 rebounds. This ball's knocked away. Pinball around. Stokey, look at I-Fob. Great pass. It was Strimlo again. Off the glass and good by Hannah Stokey. Hawks up. Fast break, 1-on-1 all the way in. Right hand, left side. Got it to go. Hawks up by 3. And a steal on the inbounds. McCabe just picked it off. Up and good off the glass. Baylor calls the timeout. Hawks up by 5. Our precision plays of the game brought to you by Civco. Tonight, as always, our athletic plays that were under review brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously. At Athletico, recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com, proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Catherine Reynolds back from the Iowa Hawkeye locker room, as joined by one of those great players of the game with 12 points tonight, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from Tripleville, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, as Taylor Strimlo with 26 minutes here tonight. And here's what her comments were after the ball game with Catherine.
Taylor, stepping into a role that you haven't yet really had to do this year, playing the point guard position in Chit Chat's absence and huge minutes, momentum plays. So just talk about stepping into that role, your preparation to do so, and then how this game played out.
Yeah, honestly, Coach talks about just being ready for when it's your turn. Chat obviously is an extraordinary player. When she got out, we all took that personally. That was for Chat. She is just a great person. I hope she's doing okay. And I was just ready to do what the team needed. And obviously we got to win. It's exciting.
Yeah. So what did your huddles sound like down the stretch? I couldn't really tell exactly who was leading those, but what did those look like?
A lot of excitement and then dialing it back in. We rehearse moments like that every single day in practice, at the end of practice. So we're ready. We know what to expect. And I think that really showed up at the end there. It was just a lot of lock in, stay sharp, be strong with the ball because we knew they were going to foul.
And how does a win like this impact your confidence as a team and as an individual?
I think it really helps our confidence. even though we're in that top 25, we're still going to be underestimated. I think it just shows that we can compete with anybody in the country, and we're ready to do so.
Yeah. All right. Well, congrats on the win. Good luck in a couple days, and great job, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Taylor Strimlow with Catherine Reynolds after the game. We'll take our final timeout, come back, wrap up our postgame, and Catherine will be joined with the head coach of the Hawkeyes, Jan Jensen, after the Hawkeyes' 5-point win, 57-52 over Baylor here tonight. We're back after this. Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official Des Moines local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Aplos, and Community Choice Credit Union. In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
Life's busy. Quick Start makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Start today.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the Better Check That Business Out First so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
The holidays are coming. This year, elevate your dessert table and focus on the family by letting the Eat Shop do the baking. Bourbon pecan, pumpkin, Dutch apple, French silk, key lime, cranberry crumble, cherry. You can't go wrong. Fill your dessert table with gourmet handmade pies and treats that are worth every bite. Pre-order now at theeatshop.com or visit us in Solon, Uptown Marion, or at the University of Iowa campus cafes. Worth every bite.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Much more quiet State Farm Fieldhouse here after the Hawkeyes' 5-point win, 57-52. 2 games in the books of this WBCA showcase. There's 4 more remaining, 1 more for the Hawks as they will take on Miami coming up on Saturday night. But the Hawkeyes moving to 5-0 with the 57-52 win. And the head coach of the Hawkeyes in her second season, getting her 28th win tonight. It was a special one as the Hawkeyes get their 20th win against an AP top 10 team since 2000 as the Hawkeyes take down Baylor tonight. Number 7 Baylor, number 19 Iowa, 57-52. And here are the comments from Coach Jensen with Catherine in the locker room.
Oh, Coach Jay, I see you're doused in Powerade or water or Gatorade, a little bit of everything. Team had some fun with you afterwards. Congratulations on the top 10 win, but it was a game that saw a little bit of everything. So what was it like from your chair?
Well, I mean, it's one of those games that it just wasn't easy or pretty, right? You just knew you were going to have to grit it out. And Baylor always plays really good defense. I think our defense is pretty solid. We weren't hitting. And they made it hard. We're still learning pieces. We're still learning, who I want to put in at different times. And, so it's a little herky-jerky. And then when you got, 2 teams that I think both teams really wanted it, they were both battling really hard. But I think what I was just the most proud of is when we lost Chad, right? And then that was beginning, really, wasn't it? And then, because she's been so good for us, and to have everybody step up, and we lost Hannah for a little bit. Like Journey's minutes, it won't look like a lot. Like what was Journey right now? What'd she play? I can't really see it.
About 6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes. But she came in there and held serve. Like she did. Did she have one big assist? Didn't she? That was really fun. Got a rebound. But she made the offense go. So I was really, really pleased with that, is that we just gutted it out. I talk a lot about wanting to be, blue collar, blue bloods, and just kind of like just finding ways. And I was really, really happy with that. Our offense was slodgy, if that's a word. I'm going to make it a word. But I do think that part of that is we're still kind of like trying to find each other and try to, we need to take really good shots. We're still taking some average shots. And when we clean that up as we go, I think we'll start to look a little prettier.
Yeah, and then I want to ask you about Ava Hayden, showing such flashes really of greatness at the post position. And obviously everyone knows you as the post whisperer at Iowa and across the country. So just what you're seeing out of her and kind of the ceiling with what she's shown so far.
Yeah, I think Ava is, if Ava continues to just refine herself, she is so quick. She's so explosive. With that she's a little wiry. And sometimes she gets a little bit going too much with those unique angles and the flips. There's some things I'd like to clean up, but I'll do that in the off season because she's obviously playing, pretty well. But I think she could, I'm always looking at the post because I like her percentages to be a lot higher. She went 7 for 14. I think there was about 3 that I know she should have made, in my opinion. But that's how, when you become really good, in my opinion, I critique the little stuff a little much, but I think, she runs the floor, and that outside jumper when she really makes that lethal. And I just think it could be really fun. And I thought tonight, Layla, Ava was rolling, but it was Ava's athleticism that we could counter with their bigs. But Layla's going to have a great career. Tonight we just didn't need to utilize her quite as much.
And so what's next? It's a late night now. You see Miami coming up on Saturday. So what happens between now and then?
Well, tonight they'll eat and they'll probably be pretty excited. So the off day is tomorrow. So I worked a little bit on, I knew Miami, they do about 6 different presses. So it'll be a lot different team than this. And so we'll really be tested with our press breaker, but unfortunately it's without chit chat. So now that's become a lot more ominous. Not that it wasn't before, but breaking a press with chit chat makes me sleep a lot better at night, right? Now breaking it without chit chat, we're really going to have to depend on our cuts and our angles. So we don't have a whole lot of time to work with that, but I'm sure I'll give lots of minutes to practice tomorrow with that. Our coaches will be up, late tonight watching this one and, making sure we got all of our I's dotted and T's crossed for the prep for Miami.
Well, hey, just enjoy this one tonight and good luck on Saturday.
I will. And how about these Hawk fans here? Amazing. Man, when we needed them, they were loud. And then I know everybody listening or watching at home. And I'm so blessed to be able to coach here. So thank you, Hawk fans. So appreciate you. God bless and go Hawks.
See you Carver South on Saturday.
Amen.
Coach Jan Jensen with Catherine Reynolds here as the Hawkeyes get the win 57-52 here tonight over Baylor. And again, we echo the sentiment from Coach Jensen with Chit Chat Right. And we send our thoughts to her as she took that hard fall early in the third quarter. So she was attended to right away. Some family here to help her out as well. And our best to her as she recovers from that hard, aggressive chit-chat, scrappy type injury. Unfortunate got her here tonight, but hopefully she'll be back sooner than later for the Hawks.
Absolutely. Always sending good vibes, and you hate to see anybody get injured on either team. But certainly, like you said, John, she's got a lot of support around her, family and medical staff included.
No doubt. Final thoughts here, Catherine, as the Hawks get a big win, great confidence, momentum. The first game of this showcase with, as Coach Jensen said, day off, and then we play Miami to wrap it up before the girls get to go to Disney World on Sunday. But what a tremendous confidence builder this one was tonight with all the adversity they had to play through.
Exactly. And what hasn't already been said, I think it's been a a very resilient, gutty win for Iowa. Not the prettiest win you've ever seen, not the highest scoring game you've ever seen, but to come out with a win, all of that notwithstanding, and it kind of shows you what you're made of. And so to have a test like that this early in the season is really a gift. Who knows where these rankings go as the season goes on? Nobody really knows in November outside of, the top 2, 3, 4 teams. But to get a win like that, it's a resume builder. It's a confidence builder. Get people healthy and continue to keep riding this elevator all the way up. And the Hawks are looking really good right now.
Not pretty, but boy, was it fun. And we got through it here tonight with a 5-point win for the Hawkeyes, and we'll look to do it again on Saturday night as we get ready to take on the Hurricanes of Miami. For in-studio producer Jacob Scott, back at Master Control, Learfield Studios in Jefferson, Missouri, Jefferson City, Missouri, I should say, for my partner, former Hawkeye women's player and coach Catherine Reynolds. John Swisher saying, have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Thursday night. We'll talk to you again on Saturday night for the second game of this WBCA showcase. Hawkeyes get the win over number 7 Baylor tonight, 57-52. This has been Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye basketball has been brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda, to see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Explore Minnesota. Discover the star of the North. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. And by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.